Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2. Think you can hear me?
We are you.
You guys can hear me all right?
Yes.
What's happening, everybody? Give me 1 sec. I'm just having some technical difficulties, as always, arise. Give me 1 sec. How's everybody doing this fine morning? Or I suppose it's afternoon for you guys.
It's afternoon for me. Well, fine.
Hell yeah. What the fuck?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, whoever did that.
Oh, okay. I think my new camera has messed up the voice input.
No, I hear you just fine.
Yeah, but I was trying to talk for like a good quarter hours.
Oh no. All right. Well, oh look, something did work. Okay, I'm just assuming that that's all right. All right, we'll be ready to start in just a minute. Alrighty, everybody. Streams off to a rocky start, as always, because I don't know how to use computers. I don't know technology. Fuck that shit. But here I am. I've made it. We're doing it. Today is the May Showmatch. We have a 1v1 tournament between three newer players and one returning player. All of them Europeans, which is kind of cool. I'm the only American here. We have a pair of brothers from the Czech Republic. Which are Lord Mekton and Arides. We have Immortalits coming from Hungary, and we have our friend Tau 37 coming from the great land of France. First match we have is Immortaltis versus Arides. They're going to be playing on Alskar, just best of one, and then we're going to have the other two, Tau versus Lord Mekton on Alskar, best of one. Losers will face for a third, fourth round place match. Winners will face to see who wins this great little tournament. Yeah, this is awesome. When I put the sign-up sheet up for the May show match, there's only like one. There's only Bont and Immortalits that had put their name on for so long, and then like a week before I said we were going to do it, 3 more people showed up, said they wanted to be a part of it, so we were able to get this little mini tournament going. So yeah, this is cool. I want to start doing these every month. This is going to kind of be the monthly event for the Kohan Citadel, is the idea. And I'm very open to however it's going to take shape. This ended up being like a little mini tournament, like a 4-person mini tournament. And if that's if this goes good and like that's how many people we end up getting every time, I would love to keep doing that. That's a really fun format. Or it can just be like random show matches like they originally intended. I'm just leaving this all very open, however it goes, however people sign up and join, however people want to play. I'm happy to be casting this tournament, though. That's all I care about. Thank you all for being here, for participating in the tournament. Everyone is doing that. Thank you so fucking much. I don't know why I'm getting angry at my chair, but this is where we're at. So we're not going to waste too much time. I think we're going to be delving into the first game fairly shortly here. I'm going to be casting this game myself. I think after that, Bot might join me for some of the casts. It'll be a good old time. It'll be great. I hope the stream quality looks okay. Trying to play Kohan and stream and be on Discord and all that is kind of a lot for my little computer. This is it's a cheap little laptop. But here we are. Oh shit. Arides is a Royalist player. That's cool as hell. That's actually really exciting. Very, very cool to see. Hell yeah. Pings don't look too bad. Not the best, not the worst. But yeah, this is where we're at. Arides is ready. Immortalits is ready. I think there's no more wasting time. I think we're just going to dive into this. I thought I was going to say a lot more at the beginning, but it's just, I'm just overwhelmed. We have a tournament happening, guys. Game 1, Immortalits versus Arides on Alskar. Let's do this. Here we go. We are into it. In the south here, we have Arides as our Royalist player going for a Woodmill first. And in the north here, we have Immortalits as our console player also going for a Woodmill. What builds are we going to see? These are both pretty new players. This is a new meta. It's all just so friggin' new, which is really cool to me. This looks pretty standard going here from our Royalist player. He's going for scouts and settlers first, just short scouts, throwing Jordan on there, and he also opened up Dylan. So Jordan, a little bit underwhelming, but not too bad. He's got that really good stuff against archer and cavalry, so he's a good guy to put on cavalry elements. And Dylan is just a really solid protection. Doesn't have heals or anything, but he'll get the job done. Over here, we have Lissa for Immortaltis. Standard. Opened up Solomon and Ethan. So, not too bad. Not the greatest, not the worst. Solomon, he's a bit happier for. And waiting a little long on these settlers here, but going for a Carpentry Guild immediately, and going for a Carpentry Guild. Very identical openings, and I wonder, I'm really interested what Immortalits, I keep pronouncing that name wrong, is going to do. There's actually a build that me and him had been discussing that I'm really interested to see if he's going to go that build. He tends to go for, he likes doing early temple tech. He's gone for these like really quick, yep, look at that. He's gone for these really quick channeler rushes, kind of how Winter Toes used to play, if you remember any of those old matches. But this might be kind of a somewhere in the middle build where he's going for the early temple tech, but maybe not going for such an all-in rush. I think he is doing that build. I think we're going to see infantry and footmen with cleric backing coming out of him. There's the infantry with cleric, and I think we're going to see foot cleric archer. That's it. That's the exact build. Me and him had kind of talked about some stuff and kind of came up with this build. And I've been testing it out and like it a lot. The one thing I will say for anyone who wants to do this build and for Immortalits watching later, you can actually, if you do the temple first instead of the blacksmith, then you can just immediately get out this footman company, and then they're out earlier, and they're like, you know, a lot closer to healed up by this time. Doesn't matter though, he got both of them out, and he's going to be doing a really good job of being able to creep with these guys and take out these layers. Over here, Arides scouts are just going right in, doing some good scouting, seeing what happens. I have never seen Arides play before. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm going to go with Arides, but it could be different. You can correct me afterwards. Yeah, I've never seen this player play before. I played with his brother, Lord Mekton, and I was very impressed by his play, so I'm really interested to see how both of them do in this tournament. So he sees what's going on. He sees that temple tech, presumably. I don't actually know if he was able to get in there, because he would have had to get in there, click on the company, see the cleric, and I think, you know, it's very possible. But it's impossible to tell. Look at this. That's a really interesting company. Engineers with foot in the background. I mean, I guess he had that 2 wood, and so he's just kind of using it to his full advantage. That's cool. I think he's probably going to be trying to take the Raksha with this, using the militia to do that too. Very easy to do that on this map. And now by doing that, he is kind of taking away some of the experience that he would be getting with that group and with that Kohan. But he's able to take it quicker than he otherwise would be. So he's doing some really good scouting here with these scouts, doing exactly what their name implies. Over here, Immortaltis is taking this Raksha pretty easily. And let's see what he's got. Same stuff over here. And he had that billet, he had the blacksmith. So a royalist town, this is kind of your most basic 3 that you want to get to. Not every build, every game, but carpentry guild, blacksmith, billet is giving you everything you need to build horse archers and dragoons. And it's getting that billet for cheap settlers, cheap everything. You're setting yourself up to be able to get cheap lancers and cheap scouts. Yeah, and he's immediately going for those early goons, very, very early. So I wonder if he's going to be, I assume he's going to be trying to get iron here as soon as possible. He just wanted to get those goons out and running. So he's fairly low in econ at this point, but neither of them are super high economy-wise. I think we will start to see some of their econs ramp up a good bit once they start to take some of these. Now, he's definitely going to need more than just engineers to take that Gari. But yeah, really interested. Okay, he took both of those, did Immortaltis. So he's definitely on his way to econing up. And he has a very strong, you know, some very strong opening companies here. And if he starts to kind of move down this way, he can really kind of move to the Barbarian, then take the Draga, and then start to move and take these creeps. And it's fairly easy to do with these cleric companies. They require a lot less healing time than you otherwise would, which is why I kind of like them for creeping. Over here, we have the engineers and footmen of Arides with Dylan in the back going and taking this layer. And he's going to be able to do it fairly easily, especially with these scouts coming up from behind. And these dragoons, he has, like we've said, he has sacrificed some economy to be able to get these goons early. So really interested to see what he does here. He has Azura, by the way, Fireball. That's going to be pretty deadly on the goons. I might have even put Dylan on the goons to give those protection. He could have kind of given the Fireball to the scouts and done some harassment there, but that's pretty minor details. Oh shit, you guys can't see the game. That is hilarious. I'm so sorry. Oh, well, thank you for looking at my face and just listening to the audio of that. No. Timer. There we go. Okay, you guys can see the game now. Thank you, Bond. I'm so sorry about that. You guys didn't miss anything too important except for everything I was narrating. Okay, you guys can see it now. Damn, that's mildly embarrassing. But you know what? We're all learning. It's all a process. And we're doing it. Over here, we have Immortaltis going for these barbarians. Oh. God, I can't believe I forgot to change it off my face. It's okay. It's okay. Plus 45 is our friend Immortaltis. He has gotten the Gari. He is going and taking these barbarians and going to be able to do it fairly easily. I mean, look at this. He's not really taking many losses, and that is the power of these early parties. I really like this council build. It's one that, if I were to play council more, I would definitely be messing around with. Plus 38 to plus 45. And over here, what do we see? We see more settlers coming out of our royalist friend, and he has also taken his Gari. Both players have taken their Gari. Very, very cool to see. So Alskar is an interesting map, and as I've been playing it more, I've been seeing the options. Traditionally, the way we were seeing it, especially in the last tournament, was players always tended to kind of play the style where they would go and take the Gari and then kind of go down this corridor and take their side. But it's really becoming evident to me that you can kind of play it the opposite way, where you go around this way. You kind of come out here and wrap around and take these instead. And you're kind of able to take the Slanry over there. It's a bit, and you can also take the Draga. It's a bit longer to get to these spots, but it kind of gives you more of a foothold in the center. Because when you go around the side, you're kind of giving up the center a little bit. If you start to like expand in this direction, you can get the center a lot more quickly and then move over to these creeps. So it's really interesting to see. I'm interested to see where the meta will go on this map, because people are always playing along the sides more. And I think with the change in layers, the barbarians are a bit harder now, so it's harder to go through there. And people are always going over here for the Raksha and these anyways, so I'm just wondering if we're going to see a shift in the meta kind of go towards people doing more center play. But this time both players are going for the Gari and the barbarians and going along the side. And we see very boldly Immortalits is just moving out with his temple companies here. Did not continue to go down this way. He could have easily taken the Drago with those and then continued to creep over there, but he's making a bit... He seems to just be kind of checking out the middle. I'm actually not sure exactly where he's going to be going with all of these. He might actually be going cross map and trying to take these creeps. But anyways, these scouts are coming in. Scouts on scouts. Nobody is going to pass each other. I'm really impressed with all the scouting that a lot of these newer players have been doing. Honestly, it's a big... it's just one of the easiest things that like newer players could get wrong. And honestly, even some of the more experienced players like don't scout that often. It's just forgetting to scout and not seeing what your opponent is up to. But all the games I've been playing with these players, they're all really good about sending their scouts, their shadelings in there and really trying to see what's up. So it gives me the impression that they're all pretty experienced gamers and experienced in this game as well. So yeah, Immortaltis is going in here, seeing exactly what's going on. He has not seen the goons yet, which is kind of, that's the biggest thing that he wants to be able to see. He is seeing the horse archers. Once he sees those goons, though, he'll have a really good idea of kind of exactly where Arides stands here. And Arides is on 4 settlements, and our good friend Immortaltis is on 3. Immortalits. God, he's sitting on 12 wood. Very interested to see what he's going to do with that. Definitely the time to make some moves. His economy is going very good. It looks like he's kind of just using, yeah, he's using a lot of his money here to really build up his econ in the Gari. So he's sitting at plus 70. Meanwhile, plus 56 for Arides. So this is looking like a very good, pretty solid game. Arides went for the early Dragoons just to get a little bit more early military, but the council player also got these really cool early temple companies. Very hard to say. I'm not even going to try to say who's ahead in this game, especially not knowing the players. I'm just really interested to see what happens. And we have, oh my god, more goons coming out. I'm starting to see Arides' style here. Looks like he's just a pretty bold royalist player who likes to really just get those calves out. It's definitely time for one of them to make a move, I think. Definitely our royalist player is starting to want to do that. And let's see, just holding back a little. Actually trying not to show the goons there. Okay, so it looks like Immortaltis might be staging to take this Draga, but now that he sees the army moving out, he's probably going to be getting in position for that. And his guys are kind of scattered all over the place. There's a lot of good terrain. These hills and this forest both give defense bonuses. So if he uses the terrain to his advantage, he could get himself in a pretty good position here. It looks like he's just like kind of slightly missing that. If you see, these guys are engaged in the grass. These guys are engaged in the grass. Everybody got engaged in the grass. If these were a little over, they would have had that hill DV penalty or bonus, and these guys could have been a little bit over and gotten the forest bonus. So over here, the Dragoons are going to easily be able to take out this footman company. But on this side of the battle, Immortaltis was able to kind of take down what Arides was able to send. But these goons are scary, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there is more goons and horse archers out back and continuing to construct settlements here. And I'm really impressed with Arides' play here. And I'm sorry, I'm literally going to pronounce your name different every time until something just sticks in my brain, or you tell me what the right way to pronounce it is. Arides, I'm going to go with that. So that battle was a little bit of a null. I would say that Immortalits did get away from it fairly more battered. especially looking at all this that we have from the Royalist player in the back. He's got 4 full horse archers and full goons that are still coming out. He's going to be able to sit back here and get these guys back up while these guys are continuing to push. And I'm interested to see what is he going to do with this position. He's pretty low econ right now. He sacrificed a lot to be able to get those more goons, and with his carpentry guild he's going to be able to go for an iron and stabilize his economy afterwards. But yeah, he's not going. He could use this position honestly to just take this Draga and creep over here. He could actually totally take map control in a pretty powerful way, but it looks like he might just be moving in to try to do some damage, and I don't quite like this move if this is all he's got. You know, I don't know exactly what's going on in his head. He definitely could get up there, build a forward outpost, and get his entire force up there, which might be his plan. I'm really interested to see. Over here, we have another settlement going down for the council player. He knows what's coming. Kind of bad timing here because these guys are going to be able to go in and go after this village before there's any militia up. And God, goons and horse archers are scary. This council army right here is going to be enough to push him back. But with the rest of his army being able to shore up from behind, I hope he's able to get them in there soon, because this could be a very deadly attack if that happens. But for the time being, I would really like to see him throw out an outpost or something, honestly, or even if he had built walls there. He's in a little bit of a predicament, I would say. I don't know if he knows that. I don't think he knows just how big of an army is back here. The double goons, that's kind of the scary part. But Arides is moving over to the side, might actually be trying to do a raid over here on the Gari, and just kind of keeping these back and chilling. Plus 62 to plus 75. He's immediately upgrading his village, and I like this play. Oh, immediately getting some archers too. Short archers actually really good. Just wanting to spend the least to get some DPS. He also has super scouts. I actually completely missed that. I think he might have disbanded his regular scouts. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought oh no, he does have regular scouts there. So doing a really good job here. I'm interested to see, did he get a library somewhere? Yeah, he did. Got the library out of there. Using that for super scouts. He could start to add on some wizards now if he wanted. That doesn't seem to be where he's going with this. Wizards are one of those units where they're really good once you get a critical mass, but when you have a small amount, they're kind of worse than other units you can get for the same price, like magicians. Oh, Azura's Fireball just nailing that guy. So, yeah, wizards are the kind of thing where you kind of either want to commit to it a bit or not do them at all. But he thinks he's got a position here where he can attack. Now, over here, the raid is happening, and oh my god, this is deadly. This is absolutely deadly. This Gari is going to go down, and that is huge, because that is a lot of economy for Immortalits. So he is making a little bit of a counterattack here. He sees what's happening over there. He knows that Arides' units are tied up in the corner there. But god, he's got to at least bring some guys around to be able to defend his main, or else he's just going to completely lose to this raid. But I think he's actually deciding to do the safe route to get back to his home. Oh my god, that is just a punch in the gut. And that was the right move by far. There's no reason for Arides to try to hold a settlement on the complete opposite side of the map behind enemy lines. He took it, he raised it, and that is actually a huge hit for the economy of our friend Immortalits. And look at this, plus 46. He was at like plus 80 before, so that is huge. He's almost at company limit too. I see him just kind of roaming around the middle of the map here, a little bit indecisive, and I think he really has to make some sort of move here. It looks like he does want to bring his guys in and do an attack, but I don't know how much I like that move, considering everything that Arides has here. But God, really impressed with this. Look at this. Grenadier and Cleric, and he tanked his econ for that, but he gives zero shits. Honestly, look at this. He's sitting there with a blast furnace. Yeah, he's going to be getting a workshop out of this, and so he's going to be able to bring that all back up. I really do like the Grens, because he already has enough of a mobile cav army to be able to really do anything he wants with it, and so he just wants some beef in the background here. He wants some beef to be able to make sure that no attack from Immortalits is going to work. He wants this beef to be able to move in on slower attacks. And over here, he's kind of doing a little bit of a pincer. Trying to get the outpost up was Immortaltis, but Arides comes and takes it from behind and stops this from happening. And holy shit, my initial impression, Immortaltis is playing great here too, but my initial impression after seeing Arides and Lord Mekton both play, for like the first time too. They've both told me they have not played 1v1s before, except like against each other. They've just been playing with each other for years. And I'm kind of in the mindset now where I'm like, there might be some really powerful new contenders on the block. Seeing how strong both these players are. So super cool to see this. I want to see Immortaltis get back in this. His army is really caught in a bad spot here. I hope he can run back and get back to his base, make something positive happen here, but he's really getting caught by these guys. The infantry go down, and oh my god, these guys are very close to going down too. The archers here from Immortalits are getting beaten on by these engineers, and I think this might be close to game, honestly. Pretty much all of his companies are down, and this is just a commanding lead for Arides here. Interested to see what he does next to continue to push this lead. I mean, he could really just get some more settlers and continue to just push out. He can just kind of take this just to really secure his position, or he could probably just move in and sweep and win the game right now, honestly. But god, this is really good Royalist play. This is awesome to see. Oh man. Well, I hope the stream is working okay. I hope everyone can see the game and is not just looking at my face anymore. I hope it's not lagging too much. I know this can kind of be a lot on my computer, I feel like. Trying to do Discord and streaming and yeah, being in the game. But we're making it work. And look at that. Arides is going for more settlers. Getting those cheap settlers from the billet. Oh, and he has a temple there. We saw that from when he got those Grens with the cleric support. And he's just moving in here. He is moving and moseying. And I really think it's just a matter of time before this game ends. But Immortalits is really doing what he can to stay in the game. He does not want to give up just yet. He wants to hold on. He wants to make something happen. Honestly, he has got to do something. He has to tank his economy right now, to be honest. There's kind of no way around it. I mean, he could get some bows with magicians in the back, and that would be a start of getting something that could possibly fend this off. But I really do fear that things might be a little too late for him right now. But look, he's sitting on all that when he has the enemy at his door. And look at this, man. It's just stream is smooth. Awesome. Thank you, Bont. Thank you, Bont, for confirming that things look okay. And Arides is he's playing this great. He's going out here. He's now taking the center of the map as he easily can. Moving in for the kill while actually playing it kind of safe. Which is super cool to see. Where did those other goons go? Oh, there we go. They're coming in from the rear. 2 goons, Grens, horse archers, and that is it. Arides wins. Immortalits is giving the GG, and we have it there. The first game of this fun. It's so fun. It's just so fun. This fun tournament. Super cool. Wow. I'm gonna hop in the lobby chat with my buddies. I do feel like things might be a little slower when I'm in there, so hopefully. Good game, guys. That was really fun to watch. Fun in the Kohan sun. Yeah, that was a very intense game for newcomers, Bont. Yeah, very well played, Arides. Very well played to you, Immortalits. I really like both of the builds. I liked how both of you played. That was very cool to see. Alrighty. Cool, man. All right. Tau, you are up next against Lord Mekton.
I'm wrenching the game. It just crashed.
Your game just crashed?
Not really. So I launched it, but The resolution was wrong, so I just couldn't play.
Oh, gotcha. Just take your time getting it right.
The weird stuff from when you launch the game with 2 screens.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was more intense than some of the tournament games, but that was awesome. That was so cool to see. It's really exciting just seeing any newer players just coming onto the scene, and yeah, that was very cool. I really do like that console opening. If there's anything I can say, I guess with that console opening, Immortalits, I would have creeped a bit more aggressively. Like, you kind of, after you got the barbarians and the Gari, you kind of just started floating your guys to the middle of the map. If it was me, I would have kind of started to like go and take that Draga, maybe even take some of the creeps in the corner of the map to really capitalize on the fact that you have such an awesome starting company. I feel like there was a bit of wasted time when they were just wandering around in the middle of the map. And then from there, just like really like boost your econ. You have a pretty high company limit once you have the Gari and the Draga, and just start pumping out like a few more companies. Just like a good number of short footmen can be really helpful against staving off royalists, especially on a larger map where you're trying to cover multiple grounds at once. If you have the company limit to do it, you can just kind of stand some short footmen around, and they're very cheap, and they have that awesome plus AV versus cavalry to help stop raids and stuff, and just kind of give you like a little bit, just some more guys to be moving around the map and have map control and have something defensive against what royalists can put against you. It's hard though, playing against royalists on a map like that for sure.
Slightly bit more city spamming and at the borders, I should just state one short company.
Yeah, it definitely can help a lot. Like when you have any like it's inevitable that sometimes you just have to leave settlements in a spot where they can get raided. So whenever like you kind of realize that you have to do that, either putting an outpost or putting a short footman company. In that case, like an outpost kind of seems like a waste because it's such the corner of the map. So just like having a short footman company there or somewhere else. But yeah, you played really well. I do really like that build with the early temple companies. I think I've been messing around with it, and I think it's really cool. Alrighty, so we got Tau versus Lord Mekton going on here. I'm going to jump back into the recording booth. Where is Bonts? Thought he was going to cast with me. Let me see if he wants to cast with me. All right, I'm going to hop out of here into the recording booth, and we'll get into the next game.
All right.
This is so cool too. I didn't even realize this, but we actually just have one of each faction. We have a nationalist, royalist, Sia, and council. Look at that, guys. I tested myself to see if I can remember all 4 factions in the game, and I can. All right, everybody's in. Bot, you're with me. We gonna cast this shit.
I'm gonna cast it as hard as I can.
That's what I want to hear. Hold on one sec. Let me just adjust your volume a bit. Say something, Bot. Sir Bont, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Cool. I can hear you good. Alrighty. Yeah, let's jump into this. Tau versus Lord Mekton.
This I cannot wait to see.
I can't either. I was so impressed by Arides' play that game. And I think him and Lord Mekton, I think, might be really cool contenders on the scene because having played Lord, like he's pretty fucking good. Arides played really good. So cool.
Yeah, Mekton and Arides are practice partners for anyone watching, so this should be very interesting. Immortaltis played very well, though. I have to say, very intense, very fast.
He really did. All right, here we go. And in the south, we have our good friend Tau37, the Frenchman. We know him. He's been playing with us for a while. And up here, we have another newcomer. This is Arides' brother and practice partner, Lord Mekton, out of the Czech Republic. And he is going with Settlers and Shadeling Opener, going for Quarry first. Fairly standard, a little different than how I do some SIA openings, but all pretty standard. And
this
down here...
This is a pretty safe standard opener for SIA, actually. Settlers and Scout.
It is. Usually, I guess this is where I differ. Usually I will go, if I'm going Quarry first, I'm using that to get Engineers, and I'll go Settler Engineer, and then get the Shadelings off of the upgrade. I kind of like that a little bit better. If I'm going Shade first, it's usually because I'm going Wood first.
Yeah.
Either way, he's going for early scouting. Unless, like I said in the last cast, I've actually been really impressed with how good both Arides and Lord Mekton are at scouting. It's something like when I played with Lord Mekton, he had Shadelings like constantly going in and out of my base, and I kind of like I didn't expect it from a newer player, from someone I hadn't played with before.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid fundamental, and it seems like they've got a really good grasp on it.
Oh, this is really interesting. Barracks first after the Quarry. Okay, he might be going for some sort of rush here. I think he might be going for a Shadow Beast rush. He's immediately going for Barracks and Temple. Oh, this is scary for our Nationalist player.
And he's getting Tal's getting Barracks as well.
Oh shit, he's going for the Disciples.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Shadow Beast versus Disciples, and I think the Disciples win in that case.
I was about to say, who wins that?
It depends on how many Shadow Beasts there are. I mean, Disciples can definitely kick ass if they're kept alive.
Oh my god. He did this against me. He, immediately going with Shadow Beast with double Dreadlord in the back. The first game I ever played against him, he did this.
Yeah, Tao's going for early Disciples. He's got his Barracks and his Temple as well.
Oh my god. Disciple with Paladin in the back. Holy shit.
Shadow Beast and Dreadlord for Mekton.
Oh my god, and he got Sebastian.
Oh, this is going to be a fantastic game.
This is going to be fucking hilarious. I am really excited to see what happens here. Oh my god, and both of them are had to like sell their carpentry guilds for libraries. They're actually going very similar builds. Despite Oh my god, and look at that. The Shadelings do get in there and they see these Disciples. They go down, but they see what's going on. So how is he going to react to this? Because he should be friggin' scared of those Disciples with Pally in the back, with Sebastian.
Well, both of them have got very high melee DPS companies. Like, you've got Ashevere with double Dreadlords. So Ashevere benefits from the Dreadlord bonuses as well. And both of them very, very high, like, melee damage. The Shadow Beasts are significantly tankier, though, but not against Kaldonite damage.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So neither player is making a move. Tau does not know what he's up against yet. He has not scouted, because he's nationalist and it's impossible to scout at this point. He's gonna be doing some really good creeping with these early Disciples. So yeah, interesting. They both went for the super early tech, but no one is actually doing an aggressive move with it yet. But it's pretty hard to do anything that cheesy and aggressive in Kohan.
I think they're using, I mean, it costs a lot to get these early, really powerful companies, so I think they're just kind of using it to creep that much faster, get all their stuff on their side of the map, and then maybe pick a fight.
Yeah. I cannot express how fucking funny this is that they both went for these, like, really similar builds. Oh, man. What are we going to see? So, I mean, like, Tau, obviously, as this nationalist, he has to take an indie at some point soon if he wants to further his game at all.
Yeah, he does have the gold lead, though, slightly. GPM is in his favor.
Yeah, it absolutely is. he has a good chunk of gold there, so he's a bit better set up. I think he is going right now to take his Gari. I think he knows that that's what he must do. But yeah, like I was saying in the last cast, when I played against Lord Mekton, it kind of, one of the things that threw me off is that he was doing this really center aisle play. Like he wasn't kind of going around the sides like we often see people do in Alskar. He just immediately kind of expanded out and took the center, and it forced me to respond in kind. And it just made the map play a lot differently. And so even just messing around the map and testing, I've been finding myself a lot of the time going around and taking the creeps on this side as opposed to going around this side. So it's interesting. We'll see what our players do this game. Obviously, the corner here, your Gari is by far the safest indie to take, so it still makes sense to kind of go that way. But you can still kind of put yourself out there and take the Draga and or the Slan if you go out the center.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting, if you said that Lord Mekton is kind of very bold and goes for the middle of the map, it's a good strategy. Just get a really powerful early army comp and then move out to the middle, and then you've basically got a great deal of map control just by sitting in the middle and being an obstacle.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing about how Alskar plays is that there's so much good stuff along the sides of the map, but the center is not that it's a tiny chokehold, but it's a relatively small point in the center where you can control all of the flow of traffic on the map if you can control the center.
Yeah.
So you really have that choice about do you go for the spot that gives you total map control, or do you go for the route that gives you more layers, more indies, more creeping?
I think what we might see this game is maybe either one or both of them going for the middle, trying to hold it, and then taking the stuff behind them as they're fighting in the middle.
Yeah.
Looks like that might be a good strategy for this game, but we'll see how it goes.
So both players, fairly similar economies. Tau is ahead by a little bit, but there's just been a little bit. Not even. I was about to say that Lord Mekton's been able to further his game plan a little bit more, but barely. He still doesn't have anything besides the Shadow Beasts and Engineers, aside from the Shadelings. And the Shadelings going around and scouting is very valuable, but he hasn't added anything too much. He's still militarily very much just line in line with what Tau has.
Yeah, it appears that the Shadow Beasts are ahead in terms of XP. They just hit regular.
Oh, interesting.
After fighting those barbarians.
Yeah, the Disciples are quite lower, actually.
Yeah, he's about 25, 20 XP behind. But I suppose that once they're both regular, that won't really matter much. But yeah, it is interesting to see how the company of Shadow Beasts is actually gaining quite a bit of experience there. With Ashivir getting it as well.
And you can see the Disciples are actually having a hard time taking these barbarians. Wow, I never realized that Sebastian had the same sprite as those guys. Anyways.
Yeah, he's a Droga barbarian.
I did not know that. But yeah, it's actually, the creeping from Lord Mekton is actually proving a bit more effective here just because of how much tankier Shadow Beasts are. Like we were talking about, I do think Disciples win in that head-to-head battle, but in terms of being able to go and take indies and layers, the Shadow Beasts are actually proving to be a lot better at it. Either way, he's going to be able to take this barbarian. He's going to be able to get back there and heal up. And we got plus 45 here versus plus 42. So really, really similar spots that they're in. There's a good number of resources here that our friend is hoarding. So that means that he's going to be able to do something good with that. But pretty similar for Tau. Getting short scouts with Athan up there. And they're probably just going to really do just that, is scout. He might have an inkling that he wants to know what his opponent's up to at this point. But the Draga very easily is now in Lord Mekton's hands. And so he is just a little bit ahead in the indie game.
Yeah, he's just a bit ahead in map control there. I have to say, fantastic use of Shadelings out of Lord Mekton.
Yeah, look at this. He doesn't care at all about these guys. They are literally just sitting there to watch that entrance. And to watch, look at that. He has them stationed at both entrances. I love that.
Yeah, no, he's watching there. That's one of the many uses of shillings there. I mean, I have to wait till how I have to wait to see how he uses them in combat. But for now, in terms of scouting, it's glorious. Really well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Tao is just sitting here with his scouts, so there's just, all these scout sentries from both players just kind of hanging out in the middle. Going in now is Lord Mekton to see what Tao is up to. Sees that there's still no settlement here, which kind of indicates that there's probably no settlement anywhere. Oh, wow. Tao is putting up an outpost there. I guess he's really afraid of an attack coming from this side. I mean, seeing as he didn't settle it all over there, he knows that any attack is just going straight to here.
I mean, that's a good spot for the outpost there. It's going to be very difficult to clear that out if it gets attacked by, like, a full-on army there. Those Shadow Beasts with Dreadlords are definitely not strong enough to take on a nationalist town and an outpost over there without serious damage. So
yeah,
it's a good move to reinforce that.
I'm just wondering, did he see the Shadow Beasts? Because I never caught him scouting those, but I guess at this point there's a decent chance he did see them.
I don't think he has any idea, no.
Okay. Interesting. So he's just expecting something, which is intelligent. He's facing Sia. There's gonna be something coming. Well,
Disciple's a pretty safe bet for killing most Sia units, except bone bows. And luckily for Tao, there are no bone bows on the field yet. Oh wait, I spoke too soon.
Right as he said that, with Necromancer and Prophet. Interesting. I would have just gone for double Prophet. But perhaps that's a foregone conclusion if anyone's ever watched me play Sia.
I mean, the one Necromancer does give the lethargy debuff.
I know. I do always forget that. And lethargy is really good because I kind of just think of them as like the same as summoners where all they do is summon, in which case I'm like, I don't know about putting them on the bombos like that. But you're right. They do give, and like the summon dead's going to be really useful once they get in a battle. Those summon dead are going to get up there and add to the front line. And lethargy is, do you know exactly what lethargy does? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
I believe it lowers AV and it lowers movement speed. I'm not sure if it lowers your attack speed as well.
Okay, the Shadow Beasts and the Disciples are seeing each other for the first time. And holy shit. Oh my god,
wow, those two companies are tearing each other apart, but the Shadings are going to tip the favor.
Oh, he needs a militia to come out here. Oh, Sebastian, don't go down. Oh my god, look at this battle.
Oh, just retreat them. Come on, come on. Wait, no, he's got this.
Oh my god,
he's got this.
Holy shit. Oh, but the engineer is coming here from behind. That was the scrappiest, funniest battle I've ever seen. Look at that. Both of them are getting away with so little help. Oh my god, if this militia is able to pop out.
Sebastian, get out of there. Get out of there.
Oh my god. This has me on the fucking edge of my seat. Oh my god, Sebastian. No. Okay, these scouts have got to run up and get Akshavir.
Oh wow, that was so close.
Oh my god. So we saw how evenly matched those two companies were, but the fact that Akshavir is able to get out of there, it means that things are all of a sudden hugely in favor of our Sia friend here.
He is hunting Akshavirs with Ethan at the moment.
Oh my god.
Or he might just get it.
What is he at? 99. That's a good bit. That's probably like 3 Ethan hits.
Check out Ethan's damage. He is one chunky boy in terms of damage.
Oh, but he's losing him.
Okay, yeah. That looks like it's out of his reach there.
Oh my god. That was friggin' killer. Okay, getting some long zombies up here. And that's it. Tau resigns. GG. Holy shit. Wow. I mean, the game wasn't completely over by any means, but Tau was not incorrect in knowing that he was really behind after losing that.
I mean, the sad thing is that Shadow Beasts are so cheap that...
Dude, exactly.
Like, you for the cost of, like, one Disciple company, you can field several Shadow Beast companies. If you have the mana for it, that is. So it's really, really tough losing the Disciples and your hero. But, yeah, ouch. Well played to Tau. That was pretty intense. Just as intense as the last one, actually, if not more so, because that one fight is just pretty crazy. Oh
my god. It literally it all went to that. I'm gonna hop back into the lobby for a second. We can talk to the folks
Yeah,
for a
me
second.
too.
Your wall doesn't target your Azure. He should be dead also.
Yeah, in that case, it would be even again.
That was so freaking funny to watch.
I gave up just because my Kohan doesn't want to retreat. And because I didn't succeed to kill Ajvir, even though Magir should have fired a fireball into him because he was the closest target. It makes no sense.
Yeah, that was so close. Definitely the micro of that kind of stuff can be frustrating hard in this game sometimes, but from a Spectre perspective, that was really fun to watch because it was so damn close. If Ashabir went down instead of Sebastian, it would have been a totally different game. It was, you guys did such similar builds, which is so funny. Like when me and Bont were casting, we saw like you guys both rushed towards Disciples and Shadow Beast respectively, and we were just like the whole time at the edge of our seats being like, when's this battle gonna happen?
Yeah, both of you went for Barracks Temple at the exact same time. It was actually glorious.
I mean, the Disciple was winning until second company wake.
Yeah, I think the Shadelings coming in kind of like threw things off, and I mean, that's exactly what Shadelings are good for. I've been telling people this like the whole time. It's like, use Shadelings; they're actually really good. And yeah, that was, I mean, like, it's tough trying to retreat out of that situation, Tal, because I mean, it's the companies constantly want to re-engage all the time, and you lose a lot of like valuable time. Like, no, go here, go here, go here, and you have to like micro it, otherwise bad stuff happens. But like that was a really, really close fight. Like that could have gone either way.
I was microing my Kohan.
Actually,
he re-engaged for no reason.
Yeah, it was actually unmicroable at one point. Like they kept re-engaging and stopping the engagement like 10 times in 5 seconds. It was really crazy. I don't know what happened there.
But that's retreating for you.
That's that's one of the things. It's definitely frustrating in the moment, but it's also something that I love about Kohan is that like, as an RTS, you are trying to like be in the position of like, this general overlooking a big battle. And in Kohan, it's kind of realistic because sometimes shit just gets so out of control that like you can't even control what your guys are going to do, which is realistic to a real battle. Sometimes you're just a general that just has to be sitting there watching your guys run around like idiots and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, true that. That's why we all love this game, right?
The Kohan is a strange mix between 4X and RTS.
Yeah,
it is.
It has a good part of auto battle situation.
Yeah, it definitely is, which is why it's such a cool game. All right, well, we can take a breather if we need to for a second, but the next game will be our third, fourth place match with Immortalits and Tau. If you guys are ready, we can jump right into it. If everyone wants to take 5 minutes, we can do that as well.
Sure, I can, but I'm an observer, so I don't count, I guess. But Tao is an observer as well, so he might change that.
Yeah.
Might want to change that, I mean.
Tao, if you need to take the 5 minutes, go right ahead, man.
Let's do that. Let's for everyone's sake, I'd like to get up and stretch my legs for a minute. So we can take 5 minutes here, and then everyone's free to keep talking. But when we get back, we will do the third, fourth place match. It'll be on Blizzard of Oz. It'll be between Tau and Immortalits. And then after that, this is kind of amazing. We have the two Czech brothers who are going to be facing each other in the finals, which I love. I'm going to step away for just a minute. I'll be back in just a few, guys.
Připnu na mikrofon, mám mluvit blbá. Jasně.
So, not to be confused, both Lord Mekton and I are just speaking from the same mic. Since we're not dispersing from the lobby, we did it like
I
that.
see.
We still have a game we haven't played yet.
We have 2 games we haven't played yet. Slumber.
Yeah, that doesn't count though. 'Cause I only got that 650. That could be fun though, because that's not a deck building game.
That's like always on the list of like.
What about it? I think let's say
I saw that guy in the blue cardigan. The one who always stops and talks to me, the older guy who loves you.
He always stops and chats with me too.
Mixed breed dog.
Okay.
You have stuff all over your face. You probably can't see it on camera. You're not coming.
Alrighty, I'm back. Everyone else can take their time, but I am here. I am ready. Whenever.
We can start if Tao is here too.
All right, so sorry, I'm ready now.
Okay. Whenever Tao is ready, looks like Immortalits is ready.
I am ready.
Bont, are you ready to go cast?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Then it has been settled. Let me make sure. I just switched my position. Let me make sure I'm still. Oh yeah, you can see my beautiful face. I am so sorry that the first half of the first game I forgot to change the screen. And I don't know, it kind of doesn't look like the chat overlay on the stream has been working. So I might have to look at that. But that'll be another time. It's fine for now. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I'm going to hop in the recording booth and we will get this game underway. Alrighty, Bont. All right, everyone's ready. Everyone's ready. You ready, Bont?
Yeah, all good. Am I ready in game? Yes. Okay. Looks like Lord Mekton is minimized. It should, once he tabs back in, it should stop.
Looks like it's just going to disconnect him, which is fine. He can just watch the stream.
Yeah.
In retrospect, it didn't make the most sense for me to be hosting these games because everyone else is in Europe and in America. But
I mean, it kind of keeps it fair in a sense. I mean, everyone's kind of lagging the same way, I guess. But,
it just makes it so much easier for me to be like doing the maps and all that. But anyways,
good way to ensure that the game speed is the right settings and
exactly
everyone has the maps and stuff, you know.
Out of Immortalits, we have same kind of standard opening, wood, settlers, upgrade. He's got amber. Amber does icy stuff. And down here from Tau, we have a very similar opening. Engineers with scouts in the back. We have Martin, our engineer hero. And what do we think we're going to see out of the players this game? I wouldn't be surprised, Immortalits, to see the same build that we saw last game. I think it's probably a build he's been practicing, and one that I think is a good one. Tau, we'll see what he does. We'll see if he tries to go for something goofy and disciple-y again, or if he stays a little bit more sane. And
I think the disciple strategy isn't necessarily a flawed or a bad one. It's just, it kind of hinges everything on one company because it's really expensive. You're angling everything to get that company, and if you lose it in the early game, it's like that's a huge loss. So you have to keep that company alive, and I think we saw that in the last game, where what happens if the company is even slightly mismanaged or unable to get out of the way, it's gonna go down, and that's terrible for the Nat player.
Exactly, especially with disciples, because they are so squishy. It's so easy to mismicro them just ever so slightly and get caught for it. So over here, it does look like we have the exact same build coming out of Immortalits. And like I said, I do think this is a fairly strong build. I'm not convinced it's like the best possible build, but I do think it is a strong one. It's a good middle ground between, because we've seen console players do these builds where they open up similar to this, but then they rush to a Light of Faith and get like the really early channeler company.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing. You're just hinging everything on one really powerful company. Granted, they're a lot beefier than like a disciple company, but it's still one slow-moving company that has to go and try to take like every layer and indie to really make it worth it.
Well, the real cost in getting channelers early is upgrading the temple.
Yes.
So this is a more conservative way of opening, where you're just relying on clerics, and one cleric on a company is actually fantastic to
it absolutely
boost
is.
everything.
And the fact that he has two companies too, once you start to like get into it, and like I feel like once we start to see players like really practice these maps more and come up with like really solid streamlined builds, you can start to see really intelligent use of like you send like one and the engineer to take this layer while the other one takes this layer and then takes this indie. Like you can start to see a lot more of that when you have multiple companies that you can split up, as opposed to just like one powerful company that it's just no choice, they just have to go and be the ones doing all the creeping. And so you can be a lot more efficient with multiple companies like this.
Yeah, for sure. It is kind of weird how right now he's 3 out of 3, so he has to go take an indie, which I think he's going to do very soon. But it is kind of funny how this is like the council version of the Nat opener in a sense.
Yeah,
where instead of 2 companies, it's 3.
So we see over here, okay, so he actually went really quick summoners. I kind of had a feeling he was going to do that because he was sitting at just one company for a while. Now he did go this much more standard econ opening, went for bank instead of factory actually. So went for bank iron export, heavy econ, got that library quick, and so now he's sitting on this engineer company with the footman and summoner company. Not a bad choice at all. Still went for some earlier than usual tech there, but
I think he's leaning into the fact that nationalists have a very strong economy, especially early. So he's kind of leaning more into that aspect of nationalists this time around. I do think disciples are a good unit to use against Immortalits unit comp though.
Yeah,
because they'll just test straight through the blessing from the cleric easily.
Yeah, they absolutely will. And, you know, we all know Tau, and I think it's a very good chance we will still see those disciples come out at some point, just not right away.
Yeah.
But I like this opening. I mean, you know, we saw in the tournament just how strong Footman Summoner are and how it's really the backbone of a lot of nationalist strategies. And so I like to see Tau just leaning into that and playing a bit more standard. Interested to see what he does now. He's got 2 more company limit. Is he going to get some settlers out? Is he going to just try to get another powerful company out? You know, he could just try to go for Carpentry Guild Library here and maybe get more summoners. I really don't know what he's going to do here.
I think it looks like he's gearing up to go take his ruined monument on the other side with that summoner company.
Yeah, absolutely. And so both players are, you know, they've taken out their ruined monument, their Haroon, and their barbarian village. So both players have done everything they can in their little nook. And at this point, it's about when they're going to move out and go after the spiders. Is kind of the big point in this map. And the way these maps are now, there are certain layers, spiders and barbarians mostly, that any of the layers that are destructible and that grow, it's like the longer you wait, the more you have to contend with. So the longer the players wait to try to get these spiders, the harder it's going to be to do so. And they can actually get pretty deadly. I think they grow up to like 8 or 9 spiders, up to 8. And it does take a good bit of time, but if they wait too long, they might find themselves trying to take out 8 spiders, in which case the reward is not nearly as worth it. Yeah,
it kind of rewards getting there early before the queue builds up, basically.
Exactly. But we do see, I think if Immortalits gets there, it's at 6 right now. If he gets there now, I think that's going to be, I think he should be okay. He might need the engineers to come with. If he waits too much longer, though, it's going to start to get really hard to take these spiders. So let's see. I mean, this is kind of the interesting thing about the maps and the meta being so new is like we all haven't really figured this stuff out yet. So sometimes I just have to be like, I think this is enough to take it. And there's only one way we're going to find out. He is at the big disadvantage here. Spiders have melee resistance. They have 50% melee resistance. So when you're taking spiders, it really, really helps to have some archer companies. And so I'm actually not sure if he's going to be successful being able to take this with what he got. But the infantry is doing a good job of staying alive here, and I'm seeing spiders go down, so I think he will be okay, especially with all the DPS coming out of Caleb. I think he's actually doing a really, really big job in helping him take these.
Yeah, it looks like he used the footmen as a screen, so they took most of the brunt of the damage, and the infantry stayed alive and are able to kill.
Now, if Tau does not know this is going on, he has not done any scouting, but if he is able to go and catch this, it could be huge, but I don't know if it's going to be able to happen. He is moving up this way. Maybe he's trying to stage it, take him for himself. But either way, he's going to be too late, I think. And our friend Immortaltis is going to be able to take the first spider, and that'll give him a little bit of a boost. It's 65, I believe. 60 or 65 gold is going to get from it. But we do have a little bit of a battle happening here. Tau is moving in. He is going to be able to kind of catch Immortaltis a little bit, but not so much that he's stopping that. Oh, and look at this. He's got Rainbringer with Windrider in the back. Interesting. Oh, I guess he just did that for the Dominion.
Possibly, yeah. He did take out Immortalits' strongest company there. Well, not take it out. It's like just badly damaged.
Yeah. So Tau has a really nice army in the center of the map here. Immortalis is forced to retreat, but he was able to get that spider. So Tau throwing some golems, like we like to see. And what is he going to do? He now sees what he has here. I do hope to God that Tau has looked at this map since the tournament and knows that there's not... I
think he's going for the other spider layer now.
Okay, that's good. That's a really safe play. I like that. He's not trying to do anything silly. He's not trying to, do any huge moves. He's just trying to realize they're on even footing and just stick with that and just kind of press the lead he may or may not have. It's plus 52 to plus 69, so the economy of the council player is a bit better and about to get really good, about to get to 74. So we have a really nice economy for, both players. The council player is doing really well in managing the economy, but we have some good companies coming out here out of Tau. And look, this spider has just got to 7, so he's going to be a little behind but I think it should still be okay.
He's got plenty of range to deal with this, though.
Yeah, he does. I think he will be okay. The spiders are going right after these Rainbringers. Overall, though, it's going to be fine as long as he doesn't get caught by Immortaltis, which, seeing where he is on the map, there's no chance of that happening.
Martin went down.
What's that?
Martin went down, unfortunately.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So he did. That's a bummer. He had a decent bit of experience. I'm not sure exactly how much. So that sucks in that it almost like a little bit nullifies the gold he's getting. Like if he's getting 65 and he now has to spend 50 of it to reawaken his Kohan, he just did all that for 15. But he at least stopped Immortalits from being able to potentially do that. We saw Immortalits over here does have these super goats, which is just always a scary company to be up against. A really good thing to get out of that Haroon. Especially on this map, there is a decent bit of terrain. There's a decent bit of grass too, so it's not like super heavy terrain, but there is enough where it's really helpful to have those trailblazing units to be able to move through the snow forest and the snow. Now, I would really like to see some settlers out of Tao, but that's not possible because he's at 4 out of 4.
Yeah, and he's not able to claim any nearby indies to fix that, so
he could
a bit of a predicament.
It definitely is a bit of a predicament. He could potentially go over and try to take that Gari, or he could just make a move and try to see what he can make happen with what he's got. Going for a barracks here, which is interesting. I mean, the only thing you can really get out of a barracks would be a paladin, correct? Am I forgetting something?
Out of the I don't think the Wild Seeker uses a barracks.
No, it's a temple and library.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. And we see over here, actually, Immortaltis is going for this Gari. Very cool to see. And Immortaltis actually has some engineers over here, too. He's moving all around the map and really showing some good map control, getting some more settlers out.
Immortalits tried to be a bit sneaky there and try to see if he could grab Tao's ruined monument. If he hasn't yet, he's got an engineer company on it.
Okay, so it actually looks like Tao is going up here to try to claim this Gari. And again, I haven't seen him do any scouting, so I don't think he knows what's happening here. But this timing could actually work out okay for him. I mean, the militia is honestly barely did anything to those companies, and this is why I do love these early temple companies. Okay, but look, these Haroons are coming out.
See, now, this is the one situation where the Haroon militia are actually better, is if you try to fight them with ranged units.
Yeah.
They are heavily resistant to ranged units, although the rangers are just shooting right through that. But, like, if the ranger dies, there's no way that company's ever going to take this Haroon. Those militia are quite strong against range attacks.
Okay, so Immortalits takes the Gari stronghold. And interesting that he took that one. It's kind of the one that was more leaning in Tao's direction. So that was all. It was a little bit offensive there that he took that. It kind of gives him a supply zone that's a bit more of a staging ground to be able to attack Tao. And these guys moving in from the top are going to be able to catch these engineers with Martin very easily. And once again, this is looking scary.
That's really dangerous letting Martin run in like that. Oh, no,
not again. Martin goes down for the second time.
Oh, no.
And this is looking very scary. He's doing some good micro with the golems there, doing what he can. And there's going to be a lot of DPS coming from these guys. Hopefully the golems can do a pretty decent job of holding off. And look at this. This is really, like, look at the power of that golem company there. He was able to just stand there and do so much DPS with these archers because the golems and the footmen were able to kind of hold both of these melee companies up. So that was a really good battle for Tao. He's definitely got to do something to get back in here in a powerful way, though. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the play is. Went for a supply post. Interesting.
He is trying to hold at the moment, and he's currently, I think he got rid of one of his companies, and he's gotten a settler. Now he's got one additional settlement, and he's going to get another. So I think Tao is looking to boom. He's just playing defensively, and
Oh no,
getting more settlements.
I feel like he might have misclicked there because he started building that outpost and now is immediately moving his sappers out.
He's going back though.
Okay. Nevertheless, that was some lost time in that outpost, which is kind of a bummer. So he's got full goats out. So he has a lot of DPS, and if he's able to micro these summoners well and do what they do best, then he is going to be able to have like a really solid front line for all that DPS.
Oh, and that cleric is getting shot right from the start.
Oh, look at that. The cleric went down. That is so cool that was able to happen. So that actually made this battle a lot more impressive and more feasible for Tau to be able to take. Okay, these guys have got to get into an attack position. And then honestly, dude, that cleric going down was huge.
Yeah.
Oh, if he can just get this... If he can get this under siege so that the cleric is not able to get back up, nice. I think, yeah, Tau's going to take this easy.
Yeah, he's got it. That's the thing, is in so many games.
The counterattack coming around the mountains around the side is able to take Tau's new settlement here. And now Tau is forced... the timing worked out okay. He was able to take the Gari, and now he's immediately going to retreat back here to be able to save the settlement. The placing of that settlement was pretty precarious and a bit risky, and we saw he was punished for it a little bit, but the timing kind of just worked out where he's going to be able to come back here and save it.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, he's got this. He's defending it. But
Yeah.
On the subject of the cleric kind of standing in the wrong position, so many people in so many different games in Kohan, they forget like which side their company's actually angled. I mean, you have to know where the support unit is standing, and if it's standing closest to the enemy, it's going to get shot first. So
yes,
yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's a thing to consider depending on like where you put which support slot you put your cleric in is which side they're going to be on, and those are like those really small things that you actually have to keep track of during the game, and we saw why right there. Okay, so going for a little raid is these super goats over here. And they definitely still do win this battle. So yeah, so a response is going to be needed from Tau, and he's doing that just fine. Interesting spot. I guess he's afraid of a counterattack from the front. I would have, honestly, if I was really that afraid, I might have just put another outpost here to just have this really powerful wall. Could have put one up there to get the gold. Either way, he does not want to lose this Gari, and so that is what he's doing. These Wind Riders are kind of getting caught a little behind enemy lines, and there's a really, really good chance that Tau is going to be able to catch these guys. These engineers are forgotten about in the middle of nowhere, and that is kind of a bummer. Same companies here out of Immortalits. Not seeing any new tech from this player, but it looks like he might be going for a city because he's at plus 111 and 250 gold. That's a really impressive economy, a really nice econ management that we're seeing from this player. And he's been able to make everything work with what he's got. These Wind Riders did not go down, and Tau is not continuing the chase. But yeah, plus 90 now to plus 110, or plus 111 that is. Yeah, this is turning into a macro game from here.
Yeah, it looks like it. I have to say, Immortalits, well, since switching over to Council, I've realized just how important it is for Council to get as many towns as possible. And Immortalits is doing a very good job of that. You can see, like, he's got 3 towns, and that's 3 towns in an Indy, and it's giving him 110 economy. Yeah. And a pretty decent, like, army as well. So he's doing a really good job of, like, remembering to get those towns. They are 110 gold. It does take a while to save that amount.
Okay, I don't know if I love this attack here, but it might actually catch Tau off. He does not have any front line units. I don't know where his summoners went off to. They're over here. More goats, another full goat company coming out of Tau. So I think he's going to be able to fend this off just fine. I think this was a little bit of a greedy attack. I think after that last attack, and kind of like what we just saw was the game kind of going from a scrappy game like into a macro game. Like as soon as I said that a couple minutes ago, it was kind of like official, we're now in a macro game. Oh, and look at Kasim is right out in front there, and I hope he gets back. He does. Summoners are able to come here. But yeah, basically what I was saying is I think that was really the point of the game where you stop making attacks like that. Just 2 companies like that are not going to do it anymore. And they're going to be able to get out of there, but these Wind Riders actually could do some really good damage. If Tau like retreats their Wind Riders in the right spot and is able to catch these companies, this could actually be absolutely fucking deadly. This could be horrible for our council player here. Okay, he is able to get his Wind Riders in to catch these Wind Riders and save his companies from dying. But yeah, that was a pretty ill-advised attack, I would say. But, you know, he still did get a reaction out of Tau. He stopped a lot of valuable healing time on these bowmen with Magician, which is really stopping Tau from being able to move forward in his plans. And Tau is at a worse economy here. It was just 65. It looks like he got it back up. But we're seeing a lot of negative resources here.
I think Tau is in a very dangerous position here, because even though he's able to fend off these attacks, and he's killed most of Immortalits' army, he could move in and finish it right now, which I hope he does, because with that city, Immortalits is going to get elite archers. And once that happens, Tau has no answer for that. It's going to become a big struggle for him.
Yeah, this is an absolutely sick economy by Immortalits, and I didn't even notice he got the city because I looked up and he was still at like 300 gold. So he's just getting gold so fast. He got that city. We're going to see a temple going down. We'll see if he just immediately goes for elite bows or if he waits to get the Stormlord tech, but there's going to be really scary shit coming out of this player really soon, and Tau has to make a move.
He's getting another city. He's upgrading Winter Spring, the one in front there. Wait, no, he cancelled it. Right, okay. He was getting another city there, and I was like, okay, 2 cities, wow.
Okay, he's going for Light of Faith here, which is interesting. I know he does really tend to go for that temple play, but I do think now is the time to switch into Stormlords and Ebbs.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think Channelers is what he needs here, but yeah, we'll see what kind of company he gets out of this, because he is continuing to go for that elite tech. Meanwhile, though, this is a scary attack coming out of Tau. This is a very powerful attack. It's so much DPS, and he's just really relying on that one Footman Summoner company for any front line, because these are all archers.
Yeah, he's got a good amount of magic DPS as well with the Magicians, which the Channelers are not gonna handle too well.
He might be going for Oracles, honestly.
He might be, yeah. He's certainly got the access to it, and he's got the gold as well. 340 gold for Immortalits at the moment.
Oh, and look at this. Both Amber and Caleb. Oh, Thaddeus goes down. That's a bummer, but at least it was the least experienced Kohan. Either way, this is looking like a pretty solid attack from Tau, and I think he might be able to take Winter Spring. Because still no company is coming out here. Immortalis is just waiting a little too long for this to happen, and Tau is kind of able to take a lot of map control at this point too. He's really got Immortalits in a corner. He's going to be able to take Winter Spring, I think, fairly easily if he chooses to attack it, not just admire its architecture.
I think Immortalits might be going for Grenz with Channeler Cleric. He's just got an armory guild now, which it's nice, but he's got plenty of gold, and he needs these companies like
he needs these companies 5 minutes ago. Okay, he got Grenz with Channeler Oracle.
Is he gonna have enough time to get those supports up? That is the question.
Yeah, it's not bad, but this was I don't know how else to say it. I think he really misplayed the way he managed his city here. He could have just thrown down the bare minimum for elite bows and got like a short elite bow company, and just that would have changed the tide of battle. And then from there, teched up to another one with Stormlords, or if he wanted to add some Light of Faith tech then. But he really went too hard in the tech here, and it's kind of showing itself to be a little too late.
Yeah, Tao's going for the throat here, and once that city comes under Tao's control, I think that's GG.
And it might not. I don't know. It's pretty far away supply zone over to here, and just this right now, he's losing so much valuable healing time on that unit. God, Immortalits played a lovely game for most of this game. He really did. And this is like, I can't even fault him at all. It is, and I've experienced this too. I think it's one of the hardest things in this game is getting used to the late game. You get used to the early game a lot quicker because you just do it more, but once you find yourself in these like late tech situations, you have so many more options, and so it definitely is a lot harder to know what the right option is.
Yeah, late game against other players is a very unique experience, and you can't just practice it in 10 minutes like an opener. You kind of need to like play games.
Yeah, there's no way to see it except for playing games. So he's got this company out, but look, one Gren already goes down, And this is going to be a really scary company. I mean, Gren's got that archer resistance. They've just got such good DV with everything anyways. They have incredible health. Like, this is a... Okay, first of all, he has to get Thaddeus off of engage there.
Engage. He needs to retreat back to get Chadius over there to stop wanting to go and flex on the enemy there.
So Kasim's the only enlightened hero out of Tau, but so it looks like this might have been kind of barely enough.
Oh, we got a pause.
And waiting we are.
Yeah. Ladies and gents, now is a good time to...
Oh, god damn it.
Alright, okay, no, we're back. Never mind.
Okay, Tau, I mean, Bont, you've proven your point. No more Cold Heights fires.
Right, okay, I see. Did Tau just try to claim that?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, he did.
It's mana for a Nat player. That would get anyone excited.
I know. That's okay. Now, yeah. Now, if your point wasn't proven before, Bont, then your point's been proven now that we have another player who thought it was, real Cold Heights fire.
Yeah, I mean, I get excited whenever I see Cold Heights fires.
I know. I really thought it was a different sprite. That's why I put those in there, because it was just one of the features you could have with a Broken Spire.
Yeah.
That makes me feel bad.
It is unnecessarily confusing, but at least the confusion was sorted out. And I think at this point, the Couple Night Spy would have been overkill, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. This is starting to look a little scarier for Tau. These guys are still doing such good damage. I thought they were a little more shattered than they were.
He's got 2 companies of disciples coming in. I think this is going to be really tough to deal with.
Oh, yes! Thank you, Tau, for making all of my dreams and your dreams come true. Yeah, he's still at plus 118, even with -7 mana. He's doing fine. So there's plenty of stuff over here, plenty of resources for another elite tech party company. Sorry, starting over my words. Another company to come out of Immortalits, and he's got to do something.
Yeah, there's another company, Elite Bows with Stormlords. He needs to get that into another supply range very, very soon. He's doing a great job of holding this off, though, I have to say.
Oh, but the Channeler and the... and look at it, it's happening. The Disciples are coming in here and beating the shit out of things. And yeah, these guys have got to get into a different supply zone. These guys are going to go down so quick now that they don't have all their amazing buffs. Like, just Grens, that's nothing to write home about at the 35-minute mark. And it looks like the whole company might actually go down. Well, he's getting back into supply.
Oh,
that's it. Immortalits, GG's. That was an awesome game. That was very cool.
Yeah, very close. Even looking at the graphs, it was quite even. Well, Immortalits ahead for most of the game, and then there was that turning point there.
That was a good game. That was awesome. So cool to see. I mean, there's nothing else really to talk about. Yeah, it was really, it just came down to how he managed his city there at the end. Alrighty, I'm gonna hop into we can both hop into the lobby. Wow, that was a really fun game to watch, guys. That was super cool. You both played really well. Disciples came in at the end and made everybody smile.
Yeah, just to nail the game.
that was really a
good.
Big finisher.
Yeah.
What a game, though. I'm so glad that's going on YouTube, or is already on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely a pretty standout game. I thought that was really, really well played. Yeah, Immortal, and me and Bont talked about this in the cast, Immortalis, but I think the biggest thing there, and like you said, you're just used to being able to take your time a bit more against AI. So, like, once you got that city, you kind of, like, really you got like every component you could to get tech instead of just getting like the bare minimum so you could get a tech army out sooner. You could have gone for elite bows, all the basic components, and got them out way quicker, or like just gone for a Chandler company and got it out way quicker. And that would kind of given you something there for Tao's big army that came in.
I think in Council versus Nat games, once the Council player gets a city, the Nat player is like on a time limit. He needs to get in there and like stop whatever's going to come out because it's going to kill him. Like.
That's why I rush at the city. I know the lead bowman could came.
Yeah, it was close and it was scary. But I mean, both you did a really good macro game. I was really impressed, Immortalits, like how well you're doing your economy. Like you were soaring up into like 110, 120, staying there and like still having an army to deal with everything. Yeah, that was an awesome game. That was so cool to see.
Yeah.
I also really needed the disciples to kill these a grenadier with Oracle and Shanner.
Yeah,
I had to take them out from.
Honestly, I'm just surprised the disciples didn't come out earlier.
Yeah, I had no enough mana, and I thought I could lose the game again.
Yeah, it was a good call.
No, yeah, you played really good, Tao. And yes, Tao brought this up before because I have that on another map where it's just like a doodad that's a Kaldite Spire, and I didn't realize like it's just one of the things you can choose in the editor is like a broken spire is one of the features, and I didn't realize that it was the exact same sprite as a regular spire, so I just like put them down as decoration. But this is not the first game where someone's been like, oh cool, I'm gonna take the spire, and then got trolled. So that is on the list.
It's a good addition to the map.
Yeah, I'm going to change all those so there's no more ambiguous fake spires.
That's funny. I just need to be known.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I just saw like your engineer party like right on top of it, like I'm just imagining you like furiously clicking it, being like, "Why isn't it building? Why isn't it building?" Hell yeah, that was a really good game. I really enjoyed casting and watching that game. That was so cool. Awesome play from you guys.
You was nice, aggressive. So I had to put outpost everywhere.
Yeah, you outposted hard that game. I mean, but that's kind of what you got to do as Nat a lot of the time.
Especially because you can't really scout. You have not enough limit cap.
Yeah, it is so hard to scout as nationalist, and it sucks. It's one of the things that still makes me like, I don't know. It's the one thing that I hate about the balance of the factions right now. Like everything else, I think is totally cool and fine. It's just the fact that nationalists have such a hard time even scouting, really sucks. But such as it is right now. So yeah, I am ready to get on to the last game if everyone else is.
Yeah, sure. Let's do the bro fight.
Yep.
This is awesome that we got the brothers in the finals here. I absolutely love that. Hell yeah. Let me take a big swig of water.
Do you guys want to pick colors before we start, or are you fine with green and black?
I'm fine with anything.
Yeah, I'm indifferent to colors as well.
Right, fair enough.
We'll keep them at green and black.
And also black player?
All right. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me make sure. Just got to check in on the stream to make sure nothing stupid's happening. And
I've been checking in quite often. Everything looks good.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is it, guys. This is the finals of our May 2002 Showmatch mini tournament. This has been really fun so far. All three games have been awesome. And then we got the two new brothers from the Czech Republic coming and joining the Kohan Citadel and showing us all how it's done. They're going to be facing off this should be so interesting because I'm sure you guys have played against each other so many times and know each other's play style and all that. So this will be really fun to watch you guys duke it out. Alrighty. I'm going to hop on to the recording booth.
And I'll join you.
This is it, guys. This is the finals of May 2000. Alrighty.
Yeah, this has been really exciting, actually.
Yeah, this has been super fun. Alrighty, you want to introduce our players here?
Alright, okay, at the top we have the Green Royalist player, Arides, and he's going Woodmill first. And at the bottom we have the Black Seer player, Lord Mekton. He's going Quarry first with his Settlers and Shadelings. For, once again, same opener as before, very safe, very standard.
Absolutely, and it looks like we have the exact same opener from Arides too that we saw last game, which is again very standard, very safe opener.
Yeah.
Roxana and Xerxes. Those aren't bad ones to pull on this map, honestly.
I feel like they're a bit sorry, Parrot. I feel like they're a bit average, honestly. Roxana's not terrible, and Xerxes gives trailblazing, but other than that, he's really unremarkable. Although
getting Lord Sean Mont and Sylvana might give the nod in terms of Kohan towards our friend Lord Mekton. I'm always very happy to get Settler Kohan. I mean, not Settler, Summoner Kohan when I'm playing, so yeah. Just because it's so easy to slap him on a Shadeling company.
Yeah, for sure. Sylvana is definitely underrated in that regard. Most people think she's useless because she summons Shadelings, but she's actually really good. If you look at her stats, she's, well, not really good. She's definitely not bad. That's one thing to say about her.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was playing a practice game the other day where I rolled her and who's the other summon Shadeling lady? Is that Vishna?
That Vashti, yeah.
Yeah, Vashti. Where I had rolled both of them, and so I ended up actually just doing a build where I got double Shadelings with both of them on it, and it almost became like an early Shadow Demon company in terms of like how they were able to harass and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we have a more econ opening coming out of Lord Mekton here. Went immediately for the Iron Export and did not go for the any rush here like we saw last game. And I think this is pretty similar to the way he played against me when I had done those games against him. I think I saw he'd done pretty similar builds. Over here we have our Royalist player. Where is his other settlement? Right down here. He's going very standard billet. I'm sure he's going to sell that quarry for iron at some point once he wants to start to get some iron units. But over here, we have Sylvana on Engineers with a Skeleton Warrior and a Shadeling in the back. Very interesting. Not bad. He's got that one iron to use from the Iron Export. So like, why the hell not just throw that guy on there and just have
throw a skeleton in there.
Have a little bit more of a fighting force. And full bone bows. Interesting. Look at this. And this is something he's getting it. He's getting it. Oh my god, raise it. Come on. Yes. Oh, I love that.
Nice.
So cool. Oh, that's brotherly love right there.
Nice.
There's some maps that's doable on, some maps it isn't. And this is one of the maps where the gold is just out there a little bit such that you can easily do that. And catch the opponent off guard, and that's so cool to see. I just love like little shit like that. I don't know, that's when you start to see the game played on like a slightly higher level, when you start to see little stuff like that matter. It's kind of like chess where when you're new at the game, like pawns can just like go like get lost and whatever, and it's not like a big deal to either player. Like you don't think of the game in that terms. But if you see like master chess players, it can be like one pawn is the difference. Those like really small moves.
They're using absolutely everything at their disposal. I have to say, I really admire the fact that both of these players like to scout and have their scouts sitting on the map and just sort of waiting and watching like crows or vultures waiting for the opportunity. It's great. It's fantastic.
They really are. So we got full bombos and engineers over here for our friend Lord Mekton. He's going to be able to go over here and take this Haroon fairly easily. Interested to see where he goes from there, but he's at a plus 37 economy versus the plus 32 economy of our Royalist player. Both players... Oh, and the Dragoons coming out. He likes to get those Dragoons pretty early. This looks like the exact same build. And you know what? When I see a player using the exact same build in 2 games in a tournament like this, what that signals to me is that this player prepared himself for this tournament. This player like practiced this build, and he knows exactly what he's going to do and what he's doing in these games.
Yeah, it's a good way to use a week's worth of, or a week and a half's worth of practice.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a cool build. It's fairly aggressive, but it's not like super all-in-y. You know, he's putting himself in a low econ position for definitely a couple minutes, which is definitely losing some gold. But as soon as he gets the iron up here, or here, wherever he decides to, he's gonna repair his economy, and then he just has this Dragoon Company out, which is really, really good. A Dragoon Company is like the best company you can have to be going around and creeping, because it has that mobility, and it's such a good company that can just take most layers by itself.
They're good for raiding as well. There's quite a few cool things about Dragoons that besides the fact they're so expensive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a reason why they've become so dominant in the meta of how some people play this game. They definitely are just one of the best overall units. All right, seeing where this game's going. Oh, he has not gotten his Ruin Monument yet, so actually very slow on taking the layers. I'm kind of surprised about that, because he could have easily done it with the engineers and the scout. This is interesting, though. It's definitely making me think about things in a new way, because the way I play, I'm always like so quick to try to take all the layers like as soon as possible, and these players seem to not really care too much. Like, they know they're going to take them eventually, and so they're really trying to use their companies for early scouting instead of just immediately using them to take the layer.
Yeah, it seems they're more focused on map control and sort of being active on the map, and they can go and sort of keep that as a snack to go and grab later.
Yeah, I could not have put it better than myself, keeping it as a snack. Yeah, and it's true. I mean, we haven't seen, again, as the meta develops more, maybe we'll see like creepjacking being more of a thing where people like start to steal each other's layers and timing becomes more important, but we don't see that as a thing right now, and so, you know, knowing that, these players are kind of playing it perfectly well. Very cool to see, very cool. Plus 48 is our Sia player, plus 48 is our Royalist player.
Pretty evenly matched at the moment. He looks like he's going after his Rune Monument now.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like both players are. And that definitely is the strategy. Like, if you have a indestructible ruin versus a destructible ruin, you want to go for the destructible one first, because that one is going to continue to grow in militia, whereas this one is going to be the same militia the whole time. So if you have the option to go for one or the other, go and take out the one that's going to continue to get stronger first, and then go and take this one.
Yeah, it seems like they go for their ruined, both of their ruins, and then sort of proceed onwards to the spider lair, maybe, or
yeah.
Looks like he's turning around now. At least Lord Mekton is turning around, and so is Arides as well.
Yeah, and so neither player are going for their spider lairs right now. Dude, look at this. Zombies with Dreadlord Prophet in the back. I'm not gonna say anything about this being good or bad. I'm just so interested in it.
Yeah, me too.
This is something that I saw Lord Mekton do against me. Is he had a lot of zombie companies in general. Like, he really liked just spamming zombies, and he had a lot of them with support in the back. And it's something that I've been interested in playing Sia, and I've definitely done sometimes. I mean, I remember in the show match against Fluke last time, I remember a game against Vargan, I really utilized zombies with prophets in the back, and it worked really well, especially for that small map.
Yeah, it's a legit tactic is here, just to settle a lot and then use your company cap to just fill it out with zombies. Like, I think the mark of a really experienced Seer player is knowing how to use both shadelings and zombies to in addition to your like heavy tech companies to sort of get where you want to go.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. In order. Now, is this going to be in supply limit? I'm like worried that that's a tiny bit.
Yes.
Oh, okay, just made it.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure, but I was like, that would be a silly misplay there if it was just out. But
as long as one tile is touching, on there, then it's fine.
Yep, and he was well on it.
Yeah.
So I've been really liking the new Blizzard of Oz. I don't know how you've been feeling, but without those indies in the middle, the games on here seem to be a bit more diverse and not just this mad rush for the middle.
For sure. I really enjoyed that in Tau in the last game, Tau versus Immortalits.
Yeah.
They were going for the corners, it was great.
Yeah, it was a lot cooler to see like kind of the side play, and keeping the
Xerxes
damn Xerxes. That sucks. Caught by the spiders. It's just scouts. It's not the end of the world. He lost to Kohan. It's a bummer, but it isn't the end of the world. And
Trailblazing doesn't do shit when you're getting webbed, unfortunately.
Right? He is sitting at so much stone right now. Interesting. I wonder what he could possibly do with that stone to make it worth it. But look at this. Full goons, full horse archers coming out of the Royalist player. Oh, and these shadelings are getting caught too. Not nearly as big of a loss as Xerxes and Scouts, but still mildly annoying, and still evens the odds a little bit there. Now, I don't know if... Oh, look, we might have a little tiny engagement happening here. These engineers are kind of coming really close to each other.
I just love Lord Mekton's approach to how he moves his army, having the shadeling companies in front and just sort of looking for trouble and finding targets and seeing what's ahead of the army while the rest of the slow-moving core sort of like marches behind. I think that's like quintessential Seer strategy. It's so fantastic to look at.
He does it perfect. It's stuff that I always wanted to do more of as Seer and just never got good enough at it. So it's so cool to see him doing that. And look at this. He has a second zombie with Prophet Dreadlord company coming out. This is such a cool, different way to approach Seer that I have not seen before, and I certainly have never played like this. And look, he's going for the center. This is, holy shit, this is pretty awesome to see this. If he can get a hold of 12 more wood, that's another full Bombo company, and that could really change the tides of battle. Oh, our Royalist player is forced to retreat? I don't think he's going to be able to take this. He is not going to be able to take these spiders.
There were just too many spiders, and I think he kind of committed with a lot of melee companies there, which the spiders are just very good against. And but he's got a second army coming in here to try to take it again. So.
He does, but that sucks that he had to spend so much just to try to take these guys.
I believe if a militia unit goes back into the lair or settlement or whatever, it gets fully healed, doesn't it?
No, it has to wait to get healed. I'm actually still somewhat confused exactly how it works, but if you notice there, when he came, there was like 3 or 4 spiders when he left, but then when he came back, there was only 2 that came out.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I've kind of been trying to figure out how that works, and I haven't really been able to, and it's kind of been a slight source of frustration for balancing the layers, because sometimes it just happens where like you'll be fighting and then you retreat, and then you go back and fight it again, and there's like less guys than there were before, and I haven't quite cracked the code of how that works.
Yeah, more experimentation is required. But
either way, he gets his spiders. He's got he's gonna be able to do a really powerful pincer here and really be able to do a good number on these zombie companies, and they're not gonna be able to run for shit because they are zombies. This is actually looking pretty bad for Lord Mekton. He might be overextending himself a really good bit here. Gonna be getting pincered by the the Dragoons and the Horse Archers of the Royalist player, and a forced retreat for Lord Mekton and Lord Sean Mott. No, he's not gonna go down. He was getting pelleted there for a minute, but zombies go down, and remember, these are not just short zombies that are cheap and worthless. These are zombies that had money and tech put into them.
Yeah, they weren't exactly fodder if they've got, like, expensive supports on them. The skeletons with the double Dreadlord I like. That's gonna be some good melee damage from. It's the same as a Gren, basically, like 30 damage.
Yeah, 30 damage. That's very cool to see. Are they going to be able to hold up against these Dragoons? The way that party is, yes, they are. Okay, so Lord Mekton, he came out of that battle fairly tattered, got some bad engagements, but he had the outpost, which is now a fort to fall back to here. He's got control of the center. Plus 49 to plus 24. We just saw a big tank in the economy of our Royalist player. I don't know exactly what he just spent his money on.
Down to plus 12 now. He's got another. He spent another 6 wood on something. Let's take a look at his companies here. No, I believe he lost something.
Oh, did he just sell something? Oh, he did. He sold something in his main, which he's now using to get a temple. He sold the Carpentry Guild in the main. And he is tanking his economy hard. I think he's probably going for those guys. Oh, no, just going for clerics.
He's got Grens.
Okay, Grens with Cleric Paladin. Now, that's not a bad choice at all.
No, it's pretty solid. Royalist gets easy access to Paladins because of the bullet.
Yes, exactly. Why am I blanking on the Eternal Path unit? The Banished Shadow guy. What's his name?
The Battle Priest.
Battle Priest. For some reason, I was blanking on his name. Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to be trying to make a move towards going towards them, but that's just going to be way too expensive. Okay, a little raid coming down here from Lord Mekton's skeletons. Not going to be able to do anything with these Dragoons coming in. And over on the side here, Shadelings going on. Seeing what's happening, they go down, but nobody cares because they're cheap Shadelings. A settlement going up here, and I'm wondering if this is a little bit of an overextension. He's... Before, it was a point where he could have lost the middle and been okay. Now he's putting even more resources into this middle. And so I think we're going to start to see the game really revolve around this middle area. And it's kind of precarious now where Lord Mekton, if he loses it, he's now going to be really down. Not only in map control, but in a settlement, in 100 gold put into a fort, and 2 mines.
Yeah, he's got those... I mean... He's got the skeleton warriors just standing there. They need to get back into supply and heal. But if we were to look at like just a solid, if Arides goes for a solid push here with those Grens, the Dragoons, and everything, I don't think he can hold the middle there. And it's really isolated as well. It's like there's no supply chain connecting to it, so it's going to be difficult to defend. Look at this.
Arides is taking a goon company and going over and taking that. I mean, I kind of like that. This is actually really good because he still has so much here to be able to deal with whatever Lord Mekton does and perhaps even push it to Lord Mekton. Meanwhile, he's just using that mobility and those powerful Dragoon companies to go over to the corner and take another indie, which is going to be huge.
It's the ideal use for Dragoons because there's like theoretically no indie that they really struggle with. They can take pretty much anything. Yeah. So... good use of them.
Absolutely. Now, like, I don't think Lord Mekton can make any sort of push here. I'm kind of wondering what these zombies are doing wandering around. His only real thing he can do is hunker down here and hold this middle and hopefully try to tech up in a good way in the background. I think that's really what we need to see. He's continuing to get these zombie companies with Dreadlord. Yeah, these Dragoons... very easily able to take this Gari, and they could honestly just go to the other side of the map and do the same thing if they wanted.
Yeah, for sure. He could just take his other Dragoon company there and send it across the map. I mean, he's got heavy enough troops with the Grens to kind of provide a solid core for his defense there.
Yep.
And I doubt Mekton is going to push in and attack anytime soon.
So we definitely got a little bit of a standoff. Both players are actually in a pretty good position. I'm not sure. In my mind, I'm favoring the Royalist player, but the longer that the Sia player is able to keep the center, kind of the greater things get for him.
Oh, it looks like Lord Mekton is making a move here, moving from the middle. Once again, sending his Shadelings just to sort of check things out and poke.
Yep, he's making a move, and I don't know about this, honestly. Oh,
and Arides is raiding at the back, going off to gold with them on there.
Oh, God. So good, so good. I love this play.
It's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, this is really, really awesome to see. Okay, so we got a big push going on here. We have a lot of zombie companies, but not... The zombie companies with the Dreadlords is nice and it's cool, but he really is lacking any sort of strong front line. And with these goons coming here from the back, he can do some serious fucking damage. Catching Sylvana, forcing a retreat out of those engineers, and I am liking this for the Royalist player, but look, there's a lot of dead Royalist bodies there. And these zombies stayed alive actually more than I thought they were going to be able to. God, zombies with Dreadlord it's not a bad company. Like they're falling, and I'm still not like convinced that this is the best thing he could have done, but it's really cool, and I'm really interested to see how this style of Sia play, plays out. Oh, is this Prophet gonna go down? Oh man, one hit away from death. That
was a good exchange for Mekton there. Actually,
he did a lot of damage. Nobody lost. I think he might have lost. Did he just lose a Shadeling company? Yeah, so that's nothing. That doesn't even count.
Yeah.
Lord Mekton, it looks like he was able to deter the Dragoons over here. I kind of missed that raid happening. Did those Dragoons go away? No.
What happened at the bottom there was he was attacking the settlement directly. 2 more militia popped out, and then the Rainbringer company kind of came into rain in the parade. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, the Dragoons had to retreat there.
Gotcha.
All in all, pretty solid for Mekton, actually.
Oh, they ended up over there. Okay. And we see, so the Royalist player has now tanked the fuck out of his economy to get 2 more of these Gren companies. They're just Gren with Cleric Paladin, both of them.
Pretty solid. I mean, Paladins are basically comparable to Grens in stats, and even better against Sia. So there's no reason not to put a Paladin on there.
Oh, look, the spider layer is starting to send out some spiders. This is the reason, by the way, guys. You'll notice the spider layers in these maps, instead of like companies of 3 and 4, I just made it companies of 1. The reason I did that was exactly that, because groups of 3 spiders coming out and attacking at this point in the game is annoying, and there's too much RNG where players can just get fucked by it. So that was kind of the solution, was to make smaller companies, so when they go out and raid, it's only 1 spider coming out.
I actually noticed that. I wondered what the reason was, but that is actually genius. Like, I didn't know that it would affect the size of the raiding party as well. So yeah, it's a good way to deal with that.
It's goofy to look at. Like, I don't love how you have to like click on different companies, but it was just the best solution to that, because I hate roaming spider parties. They're so stupid and annoying. And they don't add anything fun to the game except like a player occasionally just getting completely boned.
Yeah, they destroy settlements as well. It's just really frustrating to deal with. Militia struggle with them.
This is a really big attack coming in, and this, I think, is going to look really good for the Royalist player. I mean, look at this. He made the perfect move getting these Grens here, because this is just... He doesn't have to do much mobility here. He just has to make this really solid, big push towards the middle. And I don't see the Sia player being able to do anything. And look at this. Meanwhile, he has the raiding party coming from behind here, just to stop anything else from coming from Lord Mekton. This is absolutely brilliant play, coming in from behind too. So a pincered attack. Meanwhile, we've got the Dragoons going down there and doing another attack and a raid on this village. And this looks like it might be over for Lord Mekton. I don't know if we're going to see a GG quite yet, but I'm just saying this is looking really, really good for the Royalist player.
Looks like Arides is creating chaos and thriving in it, so fantastic.
So cool. This is awesome. I'm loving seeing this. Like, this is it. He's got the middle here. And like I said, the fact that the Sia player put so much stock into the middle, getting that settlement, getting both mines, now means that this is a huge, huge loss. And let's not forget that now he was not able to pay attention enough to be able to raise this village in time. So there is a chance that Lord Mekton might be able to take it back, but I'm not even sure he's going to be able to. Anywho, he just did such a great job raiding down there while taking the middle here. This is
he's going to keep it. He's claiming that settlement for himself, so...
And that
Maybe
is
we'll
very
see some
wise.
sea units out of him.
Oh, I think you might be going immediately for the Mana Forge. I mean, that's the best thing to do if you take a Sea village and you want to start making some Sea units. Get a fucking Mana Forge and get some of those Shadow Knights out there.
I mean, even if you don't want to make Sea units, Mana Forge is just fantastic because it's like, wow, easy mana.
That's a really good point. And look, Arides was able to hold on to this village too. I honestly see no way out of this for the Sea player. It looks like he just disbanded a company.
Oh, he didn't take back his village. Glatov is still...
Yeah.
Wow.
That still belongs to the Royalist player. Now, both armies are fairly shattered right now, but this is looking so goddamn good for a Royalist player.
He has got map control.
Oh my god. So cool.
Those Dragoons need to get back in and heal with Xerxes just kind of enjoying his time off.
Yeah, he's just chopping on some mushrooms over there. just really enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Immediately getting those mines, and now this is Arides' game. There's, for better or for worse, it's really hard to come back in Kohan at certain points of the game.
I think it's a good thing though, considering that the resources are technically infinite. Like, I'm pretty sure that in StarCraft or in Age of Empires 2, when the resources run out of the map, it's like a completely different game to play. We never have that problem, but I mean, like, obviously the tide keeps growing and growing and growing until eventually it cannot be stopped.
Yeah, for sure. This is just, I mean, look at this. 3 Gren parties with Cleric Paladin that is just scary as hell for a Sea player to look at, plus all the other Royalist staples here. Xerxes is still just eating some mushrooms. I'm really happy for him. Doesn't feel a need to be involved in this battle. He's just asking, why the battles, man? Why is everyone fighting? Like, come on, guys. Haven't you ever been out here in the meadow? It's beautiful.
I mean, that certainly adds a new spin onto him having trailblazing, you know.
Yeah, he's doing some real trailblazing right now. Trails that the average person doesn't even know exist.
And I think there's one word that can describe Arides at this moment is shock. Well, no, 2 words: shock troops. A ton of them.
Oh my god! Look at this. This is I mean, a last-ditch effort to get some Shadow Beasts here.
Oh. Void Beasts out of Lord Mekton.
Void Beasts. Oh shit! I didn't even realize that. I thought they were a Shadow Beast. Thank you for correcting me. Is this going to be enough? I mean, let's see what happens here. Those Grens are just so scary. Oh my god.
Theoretically, if he keeps those Void Beasts alive, they can deal a ton of damage if he retreats them and lets them heal
48
often
damage.
enough.
And yeah, there's no cold to high damage coming out of our Royalist player here. The Void Beasts are in there doing a lot of damage. They are starting to go down. Only 3 of them left out of 6. And now these Paladins are in there. You can see them just doing so much damage with their big lightsabers. And another Void Beast is going down. So, I mean, this is as good a hold, honestly, as we can expect from the Sea player. But now Lord Sean is now in battle. He has got to retreat, and he is getting out of there. But look, it's not that many Grens that went down. It really isn't. It's out of all those parties, out of 12 Grens, only 3 of them have died.
Yeah,
and
I think his holy damage is dealing a bit too much there.
GG, Lord Mekton calls it, and we have it. That is game, and the one player who was the biggest question mark to me, who I had never seen play, ends up being the winner of this tournament. That was such a cool game. That was awesome. That was great. That was more adjectives that describe the sentiment that I'm trying to get across.
Amazing. GG. Just awesome. But yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with that play. Those games were absolute pleasure to watch.
Those were like really a pleasure to watch. Noah saying he lost many games to spiders. Yes, you certainly have. More stuff counters less stuff. I have never seen anything described as well as that before.
I mean, he had critical mass with those. I mean, typically in Kohan, 3 companies or something is ordinarily critical mass, and he had 3 companies of like some heavy shock troops with some holy damage on them. I would have liked to have seen Sylvana on the Void Beasts instead, because Sylvana does have a nice passive, which is holy resistance.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That 80% holy resistance. That would have been
would have been nice, but I think at that point there was just too many heavy troops coming in. Like you have to find somewhere to dismantle them before they're sitting on your doorstep. Otherwise, there's not much you can do. But yeah, amazing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go jump into the lobby and talk to those guys. Wow.
Played, guys.
That was an awesome game. That was so fun watching you guys play.
Thank dude.
God,
it was especially fun losing those company to spiders again.
Yep, spiders are a bitch. Man, that was a good game though. That was cool. I mean, me and Bont were talking about this plenty, but it's really cool to see you two as just like new players coming in here and playing really, really well, giving us really awesome games. You guys have like you do have good fundamentals, but you also have a slightly different approach to the game than we've seen other players around here. So I, for one, am really happy to have you guys around. This is just adding just like really cool games and strategies and just all this shit. This was awesome.
I think I can say one thing for absolutely certain. It hands down the best use of scout units I've like ever seen from you guys. Like seriously, the use of shadelings is really good, and for royalists, having those pesky scouts sort of sitting around waiting for opportunities and watching things is just you guys are really good with scouts.
Yeah,
Yep.
Thanks. We learned that with like playing dueling each other, because we like to know what's going on, and if you don't and suddenly an army shows up somewhere and you're not in position, you're just dead, so
the more you
really
reveal,
important.
the more you reveal of the map, the better idea you have of like how the game is going, because you can see like their map control and you're going after like easy to hit mines and stuff. So yeah
it's it's really important, and it's definitely a sign of a good player. But yeah, and like what Bont was saying, you guys are just really good about like positioning your scouts and shadelings in spots to like catch armies coming in and just doing stuff like that. It's really cool to see you guys dance them around. Yeah, that was awesome. So in the end, we have Arides is our winner. I don't know if you're trying to talk at all, Arides, but you are muted.
He's talking from my mic, so
you're sharing a mic.
Oh, yeah, okay.
On next mic.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. Arides is the winner.
That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Now to the 2v2 action, I guess, or what do you guys want to play next?
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely down to 2v2, or if you four wanted to, I'd be down to cast more. I don't know. What's everybody feeling?
I have to take a short break.
That's fine. Tao, do you feel like doing any 2v2s?
Why not? Oh, yeah, why not? I just need 1 or 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We can take our time. So Arides is the winner. Second place goes to Lord Mekton. Third place goes to Tao. Fourth place goes to Immortalits. All of you played awesome. Those are really good games. I'm like really happy to have all 4 of those games up on YouTube. They were all interesting games. Really cool play. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to be on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have like fresh names and fresh faces, especially when you play that well. Sorry, the parrot is intense.
Yeah, Mike and I are actually quite new to the competitive stage. We played Kohan for many, many years, but always against AI. So we only started playing 1v1s when we found you guys.
Hell yeah.
So far enjoying it.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, you guys have definitely like taken to it very well. Like you guys seem to have practiced and kind of know the maps and learn the format. So it's really cool. And I mean, I think that was a lot of us I think a lot of the people who played here had a very similar story. Like that was me before I found out about the community that Bont had here. It was just me and my friend Golmek, who had played for for years on and off, just with each other, 1v1ing and playing as AI. And then I was like, oh, maybe there's actually other people in the world who play this game. And I think that again, I think that was most people's experience and I think the YouTube channel has definitely helped that just by giving some exposure, so people who have played the game can be like, oh shit, there's other people who play this game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Like otherwise we wouldn't have even found you. So good job, man.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, that's the reason I do it, is I just want more people to play this game. And yeah, I'm so excited to just have like a solid group of players here that are having fun with the 1v1s, and I think we can just really start to build on that, and yeah, just I don't know, keep playing more and just have more like cool matches to put up on YouTube. And this was really fun doing this like mini tournament. How'd you guys feel? Is this something that you'd be like down to do again? Like if we did another one next month, like just like
yeah, for sure.
The same kind of mini tournament.
This is great.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. I like the format of this mini tournament. If I were to do it again, I would probably just make the finals a best of 3. So like still keeping it fairly short. Like the first 2 matches can just be best of 1, so it's not like too much. But then do the finals as like a best of 3, so it's a little bit more intense. And that still shouldn't be like too many games. But I know Immortalits had to be somewhere, so I want to make sure that that we got it done in time. But yeah, this is really fun.
Yeah,
so
best of 3 sound good, because otherwise you get games like me versus Tao, right? Where we just countered each other and I killed his hero and it was over, you know?
Yeah. It's like it's a fine line to draw, because like Kohan games can go on for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour. So if you try to make like 3 best of 3s, then there's a small chance that like we could all be sitting here for like 7 hours if the games go really long. So like I want
a whole day.
Yeah, I want to make sure to avoid that. But I think if we plan to do like 5 games, 4-person tournament, the first ones are just best of 1s, and then the finals is best of 3. And like as long as everyone knows it going in, like this isn't like a big super duper competitive tournament. Like when you're doing best of 1s, like everyone knows it's not necessarily like 100% competitive integrity. It's just for fun more. While still having that fun competitive element. Anyways, I'm rambling. We want to play some 2v2s?
Sure.
Ready?
But I'm not sure me and Arides should be on the same team, because we're really used to cooperating. It might be a bit unfair. Also, we're sitting in the same room, literally.
Yeah, that's fine. But we can switch up the teams. I'm just gonna go run and go to the bathroom, and then we can figure out. So it looks like we have me, Tao, Mekton, and Arides. So whoever wants to play with whoever, you guys can talk amongst yourself. We'll figure it out. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. That's all.
Oh, hey, Immortaltis joined.
Yeah, I just did some stuff and followed it on YouTube. Because if I alt tab out from the game itself, my screen resolution is jumping back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
So I just close the game these times.
Alrighty, I'm back, dear friends. All right, you guys got some teams?
We do.
It looks like it. All right, awesome. Have any of you guys seen the 2v2 maps yet? If not, we can just...
No.
No.
Great. Let's just go into a game with Fog of War off, just so we can all see the map, and then we can restart the game and do a real game.
Well, if nobody has seen it, then it would be kind of interesting, right?
we can actually work it with no prior knowledge of the map.
Okay. If that's what you guys are feeling, then let's do it. Okay, I'm going to let you choose by name. We have one map called Dobrodin and one map called Glywin. Which map do you want to play?
I vote for Dobrodin.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Dobrodin it is.
Something will be cool. It's like 3v3 or 2v2 maps, which you keep the same layer of the map, but you just change the spot of mine. So you always have to scout the map. Even if you know where is the river or a mountain, but you don't know where are your new mines.
I wish we could do that, like make it so that it randomizes like that. But I guess
you'd have to do that in manually and have multiple instances of the map, and it would take a lot of work.
It would still be fun though.
You can script it, right?
What's that?
Can't you script it in some way? Like the shuffled mines and such?
I don't think you can. I mean, at least I don't know how. The editor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I certainly don't know how, but maybe someone can figure it out.
Yeah, that was a dumb question. I guess I'll try.
I don't think we can.
Yeah.
The map can be changed. It's a set like a picture. When you save the map, it will never change.
Yeah. Alrighty. So we have a Sia and a council versus nationalist and a royalist. So
maybe there is a way to do that. It's change the randomizer.
In scenario settings, there's a randomized starting position setting, and I think if we don't have cities at start, it might work, but I'm not sure.
No, it's set from starting location you put into your editor.
Well, either way, at some point maybe we'll figure this out. But for now, what do you guys want to do? Are you just all going to stay in the lobby, or I mean, I guess since Arides is on.
Yes, we have to.
Yeah. You guys will just be talking in game. Well, either way, I will go into the recording booth. Bont is free to join me when he gets back if he wishes, but I'll just start off. This will be fun because I've never casted a 2v2 before. So this is actually going to be fun as fuck for me. Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to jump in the recording booth. Alrighty, here we go. In the south, we have Immortaltis and Lord Mekton, Council and Sia. What are they gonna do? So this is the first 2v2 I've ever cast. This is gonna be really fun. And over here we have Arides and Tau in the north. I like the way the factions were split. We have 1-2 supply faction and 1-1 supply faction on both sides. So I think that makes it pretty cool and fair. This is Doperdin, my friends. For anyone who is not in the know, it is named after a city in Iron Dragon, one of the greatest board games ever. And yeah, no players know the map. I offered to show them the map, but everyone was just like, nah, fuck it, we'll just go into the game. I suppose I don't have to tell you that because you probably all heard the chat. But anyways, it's gonna be cool just to see them all stumbling around trying to discover the map and figure it out. There's some asymmetries in the base here. It's like symmetrical between both players. They both have their wood and the ruined monument in the same spot, but then once you get out in the map, there's asymmetries. Like this iron is in a slightly different spot than this iron. There's a bandit over here, meanwhile a barbarian over here. Yeah, it's an interesting map. We had played some 2v2s on a different incarnation of this map, the young dragons in the corner. And so that was really fun. But we haven't really got to play that many 2v2s so far. It's 2v2s are a really interesting different thing. Obviously, I was about to say it's like it's somewhere between a 1v1 and a 3v3. But I guess that's a pretty obvious statement. But it really is the way it plays. It is similar to a 1v1 still in kind of how you have to, approach it. You don't have that much else to lean on, but you do have another player to lean on and cooperate with. I don't know. I don't know how 2v2s are going to shake out, which is why I'm so interested. And it looks like we have basically some of the same builds we've been seeing from these players. We have Lord Mekton going for his Shadow Beast rush. He's got Lord Slar Sharkdar with Shadow's Blessing. So that is Shadow's Blessing is +6 AV, -2 DV. So that is going to make Shadow Beast friggin' so good. They're going to get +8 from the Dreadlords. And so I don't feel like doing the math. They're going to be doing like 30 something damage. It's going to be a shitload. So I really do like how these strategies are complementing each other for our southern players here. We've seen Immortaltis be able to get a really strong economy off of this build, and so the kind of more all-in-y build out of Lord Mekton versus coupled with the more economic build out of Immortaltis, and they have some really strong parties to start with. They can do so much. Like, with these parties, they could go and fucking rush them right now and maybe do some decent damage, depending on what everyone else is doing. And we do have the exact same start coming out of Tau. Same thing he did before. He got those footmen and summoners. He got the sappers with scouts. Looks like he's got Balthazar and Kendra. Both pretty good Kohans to be opening. Hasn't opened his last one yet. Let's see, our Royalist player has Xerxes and Daria. Daria with heal and protection is always a welcome one. Xerxes is probably still just getting high on mushrooms. Good for him, good for him. Over here, these Shadelings are finding the Barbarians. These guys, these Shadow Beasts, are easily going to be able to take down this Ruined Monument. And over here, these guys are easily going to be able to take down the Ruined Monument. Where'd that? Oh, that's just our friend Thaddeus, who looks like a paladin. These guys down here are taking the Slan Crawl. So both teams are just kind of getting themselves set up. +29 and +12 to +38 and +32. So the northern team has a much stronger economy at this point in the game, just by virtue of kind of how they're playing. They didn't go for any sort of early rush. Tech rush, that is. I mean, we kind of see these summoners coming out a bit early. I guess that can qualify as a bit of a tech rush. But aside from that, not really seeing anything too surprising out of the Royalist player. He's playing actually very safe, just going with those double short scouts, knowing that he's going to have to be able to go around and actually see what's going on the map. Very intelligently, they do choose to give the Indy to the Nationalist player who really, really needs that. Tau is talking out loud, even though he's not meaning to. Over here, Shadow Beasts all went down to these Barbarians, but they are going to be able to go and finish up that Barbarian village with Lord Sar and his Dreadlord buddy. Who'd he open up? Just Lord Sar so far. Interesting, interesting. Oh, and Ravid. Ravid's great to have. Amber solid. Thaddeus is alright. So, got a decent one, got a good one, an okay one, and a meh one. I can't wait for the battles to start happening. I sound like a little kid just like watching a movie. When are the battles going to start happening? But I mean it. Interesting note about Doberdin. This map took me way longer to make than any other map for a very stupid reason. But I have some time, so I just want to explain it. You'll notice that the water here does not have beach around it like water usually does. It has hills around it. What I was trying to make the effect of having water that was like right up against the hills, so you had like between the water and the mountains here, there was no like small spots where people would creep through or where you wouldn't get the DV bonus. That would just be hills all the way. The only way I was able to achieve that in the Kohan editor, because of the way that like the terrain outline works, I had to make the entire map hill. Or no, I'm sorry. I had to make the entire map water to start off, I think is what I did. And then I like had to drag everything else around these tiny spots. I don't know. It was fucking weird. There might have been a slightly easier way I could have done it, but honestly, not really. The Kohan editor is mildly frustrating to use at times because of the way like outlining the terrain works. It can be like really hard to just delete patches of terrain that should be easy to delete. Anyways, I'm rambling again. All the players are just doing a really good job going out and creeping. Yeah, barbarians went down. Bandits went down. Barbarians went down. These bandits have still not gone down. So, you know, as we would expect, we're seeing a little more powerful creeping coming out of the southern players just because they went for those early companies. But their econ is kind of shit, 37 and 16. Meanwhile, we've got 53 and 24 here. So Tau is absolutely leading the way in econ, as a nationalist player is wont to do, getting wood export in his main to really, really turn this into like a strong econ battery. You can see he's getting plus 10, plus 15, plus 15, plus the plus 5, plus 50 gold out of this one town. Very awesome to see. Our council player is going to be going over here and taking this Haroon. God. My throat's starting to feel something from doing all this casting. I should have made some tea to go with this. Loosen up my throat. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I really love casting. I'd definitely be happy to play a game after this, but I'm also just so happy just to be casting this whole time, TBH. A settlement going over here to the east to get this iron deposit and stone, and it's, you know, it's a pretty nicely fortified position. You do have guys coming in from this northern lane, but you can defend the south, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff back here. There's a Gari back here, there's spiders, and right over here there's a young dragon lair. Get you 90 gold. Get them water burps. Hell yeah. I hope everyone who's watching is enjoying this. I don't know who's watching. I don't know how many people are watching. I hope everyone who's watching this now and who watches it in the future is enjoying it, because that's like one of the main reasons I do this. Because I think RTS is just such a cool spectator sport. Okay, we have our first little battle coming up, and the northern team has almost their entire army concentrated in this one area, and oh my god, Lord Mekton is not paying attention to the Shadow Beasts, and they have to get the fuck out of there. And the fuck out of there they are getting. Shadlings go down, but I'm actually pretty worried for Golrog right now. Because look at this. Immortaltis is really on the complete other side of the map, very far away from his home, very far away from his friend who's in need. I think he is going to start making a push here towards his opponent, and that's going to be powerful. But I really, really think Lord Mekton might have to give up this position, because the concentrated army of both of his opponents coming at this is going to be too much for him to handle. Too much. I'm interested to see how Immortaltis reacts here. Does he try to make the run across the map to help his friend? Or does he try to do a counterattack here? Because a counterattack could be actually really successful. If he goes up here, he could easily take that village with what he's got. Raise it. I mean, he could honestly maybe even get in there. He would really, really force a retreat from the northern team. But the northern team is starting on this battle down here. We have militia, we have the Shadow Beasts, we have skeleton warriors, we have engineers. I might have lied about the militia, actually. I don't know if this... Oh yeah, those are militia. But this is not looking particularly good for our Black Sea player. It's actually looking very scary. Now, Immortaltis is going to come in here in the nick of time, but look at this. Arides they do such a good job. The Czech brothers is what I'm dubbing them. Look at this. He kept those guys there precisely for that. Precisely to catch these guys off. And no, he's not going to win this battle, but he doesn't care. He's going to do some damage. He's going to run away. He's going to stop so much Immortaltis from being able to do anything over here. And that is just, that's masterful. That is so freaking cool to see. Yeah, man. Epic. Really, really epic. So, very successful push from the Northern team. They are able to take this settlement at plus 44 and plus 53. That's a total econ of plus 97. Meanwhile, over here, plus 6 and plus 66 is a total econ of plus 72. So 97 to 72. Not too bad considering how shit the econ of Lord Mekton is. I don't know if Immortalits is going to be able to feed him anything here. Necromancer Prophet on the back of Bombo is going to be a very powerful company. We've got short bowmen. We've got 2 short bowmen. Really like that. And yeah, it's obviously the Northern team is in a really good position after what they just did. I'm interested to see how their tech is going, because that's going to be kind of a deciding factor here. If they're able to tech up in any really significant way, yes, here we go, Disciples. And Sayback. How did he get Sayback? Can you just trade? I don't think you can trade Kohan amulets. Oh yeah, right. He wasn't with Saya. They took it. Oh my god, I did not know that happening. They stole the Kohan when they took that settlement, and that is absolutely fucking deadly. Able to throw Sayback with Shadow's Blessing onto the fucking Disciples. I'm getting so giddy watching this. That is hilarious. That sucks for our Southern team to be up against that, but with this big tech coming out of Tau is doing what he does best. Immortalits he's really spread out along the map, and he's got a lot of good stuff going on, and like I said, I still really like this opener. Yeah, I don't know. This might not be a bad move at all. He's giving himself a place to hold on to that's really near the enemy. And with the rest of the team coming up here, I think he's going to be able to do something with it. If they can like kind of throw an outpost down, they can really start to make a foothold in that area of the map. More settlers coming out for both of our Northern players, and they're just doing such a great job macroing up, and I'm just not seeing the same right now from the Southern players. No more settlements coming up. They are, and a lot of these pressed guys are going to be really, really bad for battling. Look at that, 7 AV. Okay, getting them back into skirmish, getting them where they need to be, catching these scouts, and now the scouts are, from Arides, as they are so good at doing, are immediately seeing this army here, catching 1 scout. Yeah, okay, so this is not too bad. They're going to be able to get a foothold in this Haroon, which I think is going to be really cool to see. It's going to give them kind of a spot to attack from, but look at this. Tau's army is coming in from the north, and this is going to be absolutely deadly, deadly danger zone, and they are going to easily be able to take out this outpost. The outpost is going to stop them. It's going to give our Southern team time to react a little bit more. There's absolutely no way they're going to hold this, but what is Immortalits going to do? He's got these Wind Riders. I mean, throw a wall down there, if nothing else. That's kind of all I can think of how you even play this. He does have these Super Wind Riders, which, Super Goats. Why did I say sorry? I just called them by the correct name, and but it wasn't the correct slang. Okay, but the counterattack is happening here. That is how they're choosing to respond. Super Goats are going to go up and do a little harassment, but Tau, I think, is going to get these units back into the battle where they need to be. A strong counter push from the Sia player here, doing a lot of damage. Full Grens, though, with Daria. Healing and protection on Grens is going to be really, really powerful and good. I see a lot happening here. Immortalits units are coming up from behind here and doing well. He's got a strong army that is now going to be matching Tau's army, and the Sia army is matching the Royalist army. This is a bit of a clusterfuck, and it's hard to see exactly what's going on. Lord Mekton's engineers go down. Meanwhile, Arides' horse archers go down, and these Wind Riders are going to try to catch Balthazar, and that would be huge, huge, huge if they can do that. Not going to be able to. Maybe they can catch Sabek. This actually went very, very well for the Southern team. They kind of got really good positioning there. A really, really good attack from the Sia player. Going to be able to take this village off of the Royalist player. Going to be able to take that iron deposit. Immortalits did a really good job of coming up from behind. These guys have got to get out there. Not going to be able to get Balthazar, try as they might. And forcing a retreat from the Northern team. Wow. This has been a super cool game. Plus 15 and plus 30. Oh wow, so their economy is tanked really, really low there. Yeah, they have put a lot into being able to get this position that they're at, and that's great. Do they hold on to this? Probably so for the supply zone if they feel like making a push here. I think the move right here, it's either they raise this and back the fuck down, or they make the push here, because what else are they going to do? If they make the push, they have to really be on top of looking at this. If it gets to the point where the push is definitely not going to work, oh my god, he's doing it again. If they get to the point where the push is definitely not going to work, then they raise this and just run completely out of there. Okay, the angle is going to be so important here, and this is actually scary. This is not the best angle. He's going to be able to get all those archers are going to get caught really, really easily. I don't know if he knew that the whole army was waiting up here, but this is looking like a slightly deadly flank, perhaps. Okay, we have a lot more good stuff coming out of Immortaltis. He's got these footmen. He's starting to rebuild over here. It's going to give him a supply zone to retreat to. Arides retreating these dragoons down to try to get some really good flanking. And this was not the best engagement from the southern team. I think some of these bows are going to go down. These guys are just sitting there. But still doing a lot of damage. They have some powerful companies there, a lot of DPS, and a lot of good front line with the healing frontline companies out of Immortaltis. And these guys from the beginning of the game, who are regulars, are coming out and are going to be able to take Hawk's Nest, and that actually might be really huge. Really, really huge. Okay, this battle is just flaky and granular and bludgeoned by a meat mallet and just a big clusterfuck, but really, okay, this is cool. Immortaltis is kind of backing up this footman company at just the right time. The bone bows with the necromancer prophet are actually doing some incredible damage. Disciples go down, sappers go down. Holy shit, Tau, you just lost so much. And oh my god, this is going to be, I think this might be a win for the southern team, which I was not expecting. But no. We have these Grens coming up from the top from out of a Royalist player, and this is going to change the tide of battle. Immortaltis has to be the one to get in here to really help, because these guys are just going to rip apart Sia. Tau is down and out with those two companies going down, but he's got a Slan company coming up from behind, and that's really, really great to see. Slan are so powerful. Both players have access to the Slan recrawl, and I do think that the other players have it. I'm not going to try to look at that right now because we need to see the battle. Immortaltis waiting over here. I like that. He's actually playing this really safe and slow, the way he's kind of just waiting for these companies to get up before he moves them back into battle. Now, our Black Sia player was pushed away from this position, and Immortaltis has a lot to be able to sit here on, but he might just be purposely giving this up. Honestly, if this can get out of siege for a moment and the Seer player has a chance to raise it, that would be epic. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be great, because then they could just retreat to this position, which is still really, really hairy. But Immortaltis has a strong army here, and I actually really like this council opening that he did. I really, really like this. I think it's very strong, because you just have these cleric parties that just maintain throughout the whole game. And look, they're both regulars by now. Continuing to get experience. Grens go down, and this is scary. Immortaltis is doing what he does best and getting a solid economy. Lord Mekton still is sitting on the economy of all shits, but it doesn't matter because he has a teammate to back him up. So it's plus 87 total versus plus 91 total. So actually the econs of the teams, if you look at it, is very, very close. And the southern team is making a bit of a push here. This is a battle. Holy shit, man. Like, I want to see what's going to happen. What are we going to see coming out of the tech out of the back here? Because that is what's going to change the tide of this battle, and I feel like they need to make something happen. Tau is getting these Slanries, and that is going to go a really huge way. And he got Disciples, throwing Balfi on top of the Disciples. Kendra is almost enlightened, but that's all we're seeing out of our nationalist player. Look at this. Oh my god, all of the royalist players Kohan went down, and that is actually really brutal. Giant spiders came out, attacked someone somewhere. Over here we have Lord Sar is sitting with Shadow's Blessing, doing a really good job on, look, 1,000 health, 74 damage. Wow, Lord Sar is that is one menacing motherfucker. Gives a defense bonus to this like low defense company, and he is getting really high XP there. Super cool to see. These Dragoons are going to try and make a raid on Gambrils. I'm honestly surprised that Lord Mekton has held on to it, but it's the only thing that's keeping him economically even slightly afloat. And we see Immortaltis hunkering down really well here. If he can ever sneak out to take this village down, that would be huge. But this battle is just too tense, man. Too tense. Okay, we got Bowman with Paladin coming out of Arides. Interesting. I mean, I guess he just wants to give the Shadowbane to the Bowman. There's not really any spell immunity that he cares about right now. There's a little bit from the Lethargy, but interesting choice there. He just wants to get some guys in battle and fuck up some Sia. This is killer, man. This is a really good fight. Now, I do see the Northern team coming out with something really strong, and I think they might finally be able to push back on this position. But, dude, I really think that, yeah, our Southern team is really, really going all in on this fight, and I don't necessarily know, like, they have to as much as they are. I would really like to see something coming out. Well, it's so hard to say. I want to see something coming out of the back of them, but that's so hard to even imagine them having the time and the resources to do that. Immortaltis has a strong economy here, sitting at a good bit of money, and he can absolutely do something with that. Bowman go down, and that is a bummer. I'm interested to see what he does with that newfound money. So the Northern team has been able to push through the big battle here, and this is all on hill. You can see, so they were really, really at an advantage in that battle, and if they attack from the side, they'll be at the advantage too. So terrain really is favoring the North here. And Tau moving down with all these guys. But look, everyone's economy is just complete shit except for Immortaltis. He's sitting at plus 81. Meanwhile, the two defending players, plus 24, plus 14. Lord Mekton, plus 15. All their economies are complete garbage. But Immortaltis is the one who's able to keep his economy doing really well throughout this whole battle. And so it's really up to him to be able to do something there. It requires a good bit of intuition to kind of know and understand, to be able to look at your opponent's units and know that their economy is tanked. And so if they can kind of figure that information out, then they know that they can actually give this position up and be okay. And Immortaltis does that. He does exactly that. And I think this is such a smart play, because I think this is now going to continue to go into a longer game. We might be here for a long time, folks, but this is epic AF. That stands for as fuck, for those of you who don't know. I don't know why I explain that. Sometimes I just say things. Oh, Lord Sar gets to restored. Fuck, I wish the Encyclopedia Bont was here to tell me what Unholy Strength does, because I don't even know exactly. Immortaltis is making a bit of a foolhardy attack here. He doesn't have to do this. You don't have to do this, man. He already raised the settlement. He knew that this position was kind of lost, so I don't know quite why he decided to still go back and attack here. I think the Southern team just has to give up their position up here, which is fine. They did so much. They honestly did so much up here that they can retreat and be totally okay. Okay, a city is up for Immortaltis, and he's gotten that Light of Faith tech, which he really likes. I still would maybe like to have seen Ebbs or Stormlords. And this is the thing, you don't have to get both at all. It's usually preferable not to. Like, you can go for Ebbs tech and just get a short Ebbs company, and that is going to just be great and change the tide of battle. You can also just get Stormlord tech and go for like regular bows with Stormlord in the back, and that's also going to be completely killer and kick-ass. Could go for crossbows with Stormlords. Yeah, it's honestly better to kind of spread out tech amongst companies, spread out the power instead of just having one super company a lot of the times, depending on what that company is. Like DV stacking, that's a different thing. If you want to have a company that just has like such high DV that it just can't get touched by anything, that's a different thing, which I do think we'll see out of Immortaltis, because he loves doing that. Getting the barracks, getting some wood. I mean, he's got a strong economy. I just think he has to... Oh man, they could have done something. But he does not want to get Lord Sar. Restored Lord Sar. He does not want to get caught. Okay, yeah, I think it's about time. I really think the Southern team is a little bit overstaying their welcome here. I am constantly checking back here to see what is got going on in Immortaltis' tech, because to me that's the most important part of the game right now, to see the next company that comes out. Because these players are not teching up. These players are in desperation mode, the northern side. We do have these Maelstrom engines, which they're going to start getting a lot of value. It's not quite at the point where there's so many frontline units bunched up that they're going to be getting this really incredible AoE. Dragoons go down, and I'm seeing Arides has lost Dragoons, he's lost Engineers. So these little losses of expensive companies are actually huge for the southern team. Everyone continuing to hang on, though. I'm really interested to see regulars. What just happened? Did one of his companies go away? Okay, Immortalits has basically made the retreat here. And now he's got a lot of money to be getting Gren, Channeler, Oracle. He really likes that company. I honestly don't think that's the best thing to do with your high tech here. I really would have preferred to see some Stormlords or Ebbs or but this is what he's chosen. Tau is continuing to tank his economy for Maelstrom engines, and he's got quite a fighting force here. Arides also has a very low economy. He's probably going to try to get some goons up very soon, but we're not seeing any progression out of these players, whereas we are slowly seeing the southern team able to progress their position. Okay, so Channeler, Oracle Cleric. That's cool. That's cool and all. I really think that we do have to see a backline company coming up now. I don't necessarily want to see you tank your economy. Oh, interesting. That got raised at some point. I thought he was sitting on that this whole time. Sell this carpentry guild, make that a wood mill into a sawmill, get your wood back up as much as you can. And try to get some ebbs going. I mean, there are still powerful backline DPS, so this is going to do a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, these Gren companies are not nothing. They are scary, especially with Thaddeus and Ravid. Ravid is at Enlightened. How's Thaddeus looking? 21. Not too high, he must have died at some point. But Amber and Ravid are both fairly close to restored. Tau, Kendra's Enlightened, but that's all we're seeing. And like I said, nothing for the Royalist player. All his guys have died, his Kohan. These Wind Riders have got to get out of there. Very hard to escape from the Slanry. But these Gren companies are coming up. They're going to change the tide of battle. But if all the archers die before they're able to get there, then they're not doing that much, because they're not doing a whole lot of DPS. They just have this incredible front line. Wind Riders are looking like they might go down. Very precarious position for them. The captain is down. Wind Riders are out of the battlefield. These guys need to come up and do something aside from just sitting down there. Hopefully more Wind Riders or something powerful. Look at all those. I just pointed with my finger, like you guys can see that. Oh, thank you, Diego. +6 melee unholy damage for unholy strength. So that is awesome. That's definitely considerably better than Shadow's Blessing. Doesn't give that DV penalty. Some giant spiders go down. This battle is just huge clusterfucks. And okay, so these Grens are holding up. Is Thaddeus on? No, he is not. He's just back there. The Grens are doing what they're supposed to be doing. There's absolutely no doubt about that. There is backline DPS to be able to get forth. And so, yeah, they did it. They did it. The fucking Elite Tech got in there just like it needed to. But now I'm craving to see some Elite Bowmen. I'm craving Elite Bowmen right now. Because if I see that, then I think this game is going to go in their favor, the Southern team. Wow. I can't believe they've held on to this position for so long. The whole battle has just been happening right around here. This is like, dude, I'm getting horny and exacerbated here. That was not the right adjective. See, I can't even think right now. Horny was absolutely right, but I more meant to say like exhausted. Running out of breath, trying to keep afloat. But this is just fucking hype, so how couldn't I? Oh, come on, man. There it is! Ebbs with Stormlord with Enlightened Amber almost restored. And that is going to absolutely ream this team. Okay, now, for the love of God, Immortaltis, get some settlers and just start. You guys really need to take map control here. You guys have had kind of domination and really been able to keep your opponent in this small spot the entire game. But if you don't fall back on some really strong map control, then it's not going to do anything. Okay, the Channelers and Oracles are getting caught from the side here. Bad positioning there. Oh, and look at the Slann catching all of those Grens. I'm really interested to see, okay, one Channeler is going to go down. And for every support unit for these companies that goes down, it's actually a really, really huge loss. Now, we have a really powerful attack from the Northern players coming in here. It's just definitely going to be a bit slow for everyone else to get up here. We have these Ebbs and we have Skeletons coming down, but it's just going to be slow. Channeler is down. We see 4 Grens out of 8 down, and this is going to be it. This is going to force a retreat, and I think this might finally be what causes the Southern team to fall back. And Thaddeus' company is going down hard, and he is right up in the... He's dead. He's gone. That whole company, absolutely dead. So, we have Ebbs coming up. You have a lot of iron. I mean, look at that company limit. You could literally just make... if it was me, I would probably just make like 3 infantry channeler companies or something. Like, don't try to make this one big tech company. Make a handful of smaller ones. But it looks like he made a Gren company. Yeah, he remade Gren's Channeler Oracle. Settlers are finally coming out. They're going way more north than they have to. But such is life. I guess he just wants the supply zone up here to continue this battle. Okay, so Ebbs are coming in and dealing so much motherfucking damage. Lord Sar, 300 experience. Oh my god, 83 damage out of that motherfucker. 48 damage from these Shadow Beasts, and this is absolutely hype right here. These Ebbs with Stormlords are getting in there. They are finally pushing their position forward even more. These Grens are going to get back up. These Settlers, fuck it, why don't they just join the battle at this point? Okay, we have all these Skeletons coming down up here. And look, we have a big raid taking place. I did not see this happening. Oh my god. Double Lancers, double Scouts coming out of Arides. He has actually given up his position in the north a little bit to try to make a desperate raid. Immortaltis is able to take Ahriman, able to take this one settlement that has been holding so strong in this choke the entire time. Ebbs and Channeler Cleric Grens are just absolutely deadly here, and look at that. Oh my god, so much DPS, so much damage. Tau is at -4. Tau is getting turned into a creamsicle over here. Okay, we have more archers coming out. We have more of a tanked economy from the Northern player, and this is looking to be it. Oh my god, the Shadow Beasts have gotten to elite. Lord Sar has gotten to restored. This is what this game is about. It's about making Zeza happy, which is what's happening right now. These Grens are coming up, and this looks like it is going to be the end for the North. Is Arides going to be able to do anything significant down here? I don't know. Immortaltis should address it at some point, but he's really just focused on... Yeah, Ravenville is taken. Immortaltis is just dominating with these council groups. The tech is so impressive. The marching forward is so impressive. I'm at the point where I'm just impressed by the ability for units to walk. Whoa, they can move. That's so cool. They're marching. Oh my god, look at the little dogs jumping around. Oh my god, Tau is just held up here. The last bastion of hope at Ash. GG, Arides calls, and I'm sure Tau is in firm agreement that that is the end of the game. Our southern friends have done it. They have taken the north. They own Dobredin, and with it, the spice trade that comes with it. GG, Arides is out. Tau is out. That was so fun. Wow. Mech versus Ari Tau Dobra. I'm really bad at naming files. Oh my god. Wow, that was so much fun to cast.
Pretty action-packed, huh?
Yeah. Man,
I didn't have any economy the whole game. I had like +9 the entire game and just two good companies.
Dude,
I tried.
I was just giggling over the fact that you got restored Lord San on your elite shadow beasts by the end of the game. Your economy, your economy was complete shit, but it worked out. I think I said that at the beginning of the game, where it was like I knew Immortaltis is good at doing an econ game, and so you kind of did like that more like all-in build with the shadow beast, and so it balanced out because Immortaltis had a really strong economy the whole game.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Wow.
I still had enough resources for heavy wood and heavy iron company.
Yeah, that was so cool to see. Yeah, as soon as like those grands and then the elite bows came up, it was over. But I don't know. A lot of that game, I wasn't sure who was going to win. It was looking like there was a lot of times where I thought you guys had like overextended trying to attack, but then like you always like still somehow held onto your position up north and just like kept pushing. And yeah, Tau and Arides, their economy just got like completely tanked at a point in the game because they just had to keep making companies to try to defend against you guys. It was great.
I was sad about my cavalry division going towards nowhere because I didn't know where they were. It was supposed to be their economy, but instead I found a bunch of neutrals and spiders. Again, my bane.
The bane of your existence. Yeah, I mean that was cool to see you like use all those guys to try to do a raid, but it was like too little, too late. That was cool though. I love seeing these. Like I said, we've played on that 2v2 map a couple times in a different incarnation. The other one we haven't played at all. So I don't know. It's super cool. We haven't really done many 2v2s before, so that was really fun to watch. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun to play. It was super back and forth. I love that.
Yeah. I think those are always the best games. Like I said, for most of the game, I didn't know who was going to win because if the northern team like was able to push you guys back, then all of a sudden, like the game was like back to 50-50. But you just like kept managing to hold on. Hell yeah. I am going to get up to go to the bathroom again. I'm down to keep doing whatever. Anyone who wants to still play, I'm down. Anyone who's feeling done, you're free to leave.
I don't think I can afford another game.
I have to go.
Especially if it's a 2v2 that can go even longer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, well thank you so much, Immortaltis and Tau, for playing. This was super fun. Mekton and Arides, I mean, if Bont's around, I think he's been AFK for a bit. If he's around, I would do another 2v2, or if you want to do like a free-for-all, or if anyone just wanted to do some more 1v1s, whatever we want, I'm down to be here, but I'm going to go relieve myself, and I'll be right back, and we can figure out what we want to do.
Sure. Goodbye, have fun.
Thanks. See ya. It was a bit difficult.
Stressful, even.
Yeah.
Man, I just didn't have any money.
I knew I had to pair up with.
What?
I knew I had to pair up with you with the Sia.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's a good early faction, and Council is more late game oriented.
Yeah, I feel that way too. When I play Council, I struggle with the early game. Like I have no units on the map, and I'm just huddled in my corner. It really sucks.
Yeah, did you guys share some money as well?
I was feeding him.
He sent me like 200, but mostly I was just starving.
Yeah, okay, then yeah, I see why it works so well. Mike and I are used to play this specific way.
if we play again in a 2v2 next time, just tell me that you will be a zero economy.
Well,
And,
it wasn't my
I
plan.
will-
They kind of destroyed my economy with the village and the mine. You know, I had like plus 40 already,
Yeah,
and then
but if I know from the start that you will have low eco, I will build up a really strong eco, I think it's stronger than the one I had.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have enough units. I feel like this was, I think, really good what we did.
Yeah, the units saved you the game. If you had just a bit less, then we would have been fine.
Yeah, just one company less and we would have died.
Yeah, it was really close that way.
Actually, if at the end you call out in the lobby that you are attacked in the background, I could have sent earlier the rebuild Tados company.
Oh, yeah. Well, it would have helped if we were in a separate voice chat, you know?
Yeah.
Because typing is just slow, and you can also like not see it or something. Not very practical.
Well, there's a combat alert sound, but if there are multiple combats, you won't notice everything.
Yeah, it's not very useful.
Pretty much part of a music from mid-game.
Yeah.
I'm having problems with my royalists that I either can make archers or infantry and not both from the same city, unless I upgrade it, which I never do.
You have to sell the building and build the other one and then sell it again.
Yeah, that's what I did like 2 times. It was a bit frustrating.
And that's what I do with Sia, because you can never afford a city.
So I built the horse archers, sold the thing for wood, and
you can afford a city all the time if you just write me.
Yeah, sure. Looking forward to it.
Just write that you need a city, and I will gather at least 80% of the money for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive though, and dude, I was at like plus 10 eco. It was so frustrating. I was saving 7 minutes for an iron export.
Yeah, I was saving 7 minutes for upgraded temple and never got it. My company died before I could upgrade.
Alrighty, I'm back, guys. So
Hello.
fun.
Alrighty, so 2v2, free for all. What do you guys prefer?
Bont is not back yet. It looks like he's still AFK. And do you have to go in a minute, right, Immortaltis?
I still have technically 1.5 hours, but if it goes longer, I have to go from mid-match.
Oh yeah. Well,
but I can join if it's not that long of a game. We have finished quite early.
Yeah, with
in most of the games.
The games went by quicker. I mean, we can do. You guys want to just do like a free for all?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, let's try it.
Or another 2v2.
Yeah,
on the other map.
And then like a free for all is if someone has to leave in the middle of it is less of a big deal than a 2v2. So that'll be fun. Do you want to do us four? Or do you want to do like with AIs in there too?
Yeah, AI free for all would be awesome. Like with 4 random AIs.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, yeah, that'll be goofy and fun.
It'd be one hell of a mess.
Alrighty.
I kinda like this 2v2 setup.
Yeah,
actually,
that was really fun.
We can go another round if you want.
You want to do a 2v2?
Yeah, I think it will be better. We already had a kind of strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm down.
Yeah, let's get killed.
So you want to do the same team? So Immortaltis versus Lord Mekton, and then I'll play with Arides.
Sure.
Alrighty, sounds good to me.
Do you wanna play the same map, or we can try the other one? You said it was never played on. Could be fun.
Well, these are no good, so we.
Oh, that yeah.
Bitch.
Okay, let's not.
Yeah. Let's play in Dober again. I'm trying.
Assuming you remember where everything is.
I actually don't, honestly. I kind of do. I know more on Dobra, but we haven't played these maps enough, so even I'm not super familiar with them. But you know what? I'm gonna play Nationalist just because it's fun to have all 4 factions. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm just gonna step into a different voice channel so I can still talk to stream and stuff without telling my opponents what I'm doing.
All right, good idea.
Alrighty, this will be fun. Now I have to remember how to actually play this game and not just cast. And I have to use Nationalist of all the factions.
I am here, my lord. I am here, my lord. I am listening. I am here, my lord. I am here, my lord. I am listening.
Command and I serve. Command and I serve.
I am listening.
I will prove my worth. Of course, my lord. What do you require?
What do you
Command and I serve.
I am listening.
What do you require? What do you
I am
require?
listening. What do you
Are my
Oh,
services
Lord.
required?
What do you command?
What do you
Of
require?
course, my lord.
What do you require?
Seems easy enough. As you will.
Are my services required?
I am here, my lord. Of course, my lord.
Are my services
Are my
required?
services
I am
required?
here, my lord. As you will.
What do you require?
I am here, my lord.
What do you require?
you
I will
command?
prove my worth. No turning back. Of course, my lord.
Yeah, the money is like slightly different on the new meta. So we start off with 50 gold more than we used to. It used to be 575, now it's 625.
What do you require?
But
Command and I serve.
we also start off with 3 Kohan, and so
My services required?
instinctually I'm just like awakening all my Kohan, and so that's just an extra 50 I'm spending, so it doesn't even matter.
Of course, my lord. Seems easy
But
enough.
but then there's no 70 gold
I will
explorable
prove
ruin.
my worth.
So basically the net result is I have 1 more Kohan awakened, but I have 70 less gold than we
What
did
do you command?
the way we were playing in the previous patch.
What do you require?
So I'm just like still getting used to that.
Command and I
I
serve.
am listening.
Of course,
I
my
think it's
lord.
all for the better. I really like how it's all playing out. There's just been multiple times where I've like tried to do the exact same build
Of course, my lord.
that
Command
I
and
did
serve. Command and I serve.
pre-patch,
No turning back.
I am here.
and
Command
it
and I serve.
and then it
I
like
will prove my
just
worth.
doesn't work,
No turning back.
and then I'm like, oh.
What do you require? Are my services
I
required?
am here, my lord.
Are my services required? Command and I serve.
I am here, my lord. Seems easy enough.
Sometimes I don't understand how my guy's morale goes down so
Are my
fast.
services required?
I am here, my lord.
Command and I serve.
What do you command?
Are my services required? Of course, my lord.
I am listening.
Are my services required? I will prove my
I
word.
am here, my lord. What do you command?
Command and I serve.
I am listening. As you will. Seems easy enough. I am listening. I am listening. Of course, my lord. What do you command?
What do you require? I will prove my worth. What do you require? I will prove my worth. Command and I serve. Command and I serve.
What do you command?
Oh my god.
Serve.
What do you command?
Why are my guys getting so, like, moraled out? I'm so confused why this is happening.
Command and I serve.
What do you command? I am here, my lord.
Command and I serve.
This is a nightmare how much of a struggle it is to take this.
I am listening. What do you command?
Are my services required? Are my services required?
What do you command?
Command and I serve. Are my services required? What do you require? No
I
turning
am
back.
listening. Seems easy enough.
Are my services required? No turning back. Of course, my lord. Command and I serve.
I am listening.
Are my services
I am here,
required?
my lord.
What shall you have of me, by the glory of the Kohan?
Command and I serve.
I am here, my lord.
Of course, my lord. Of course, my lord.
In the name of the Creator, by the glory of the Kohan, it shall be done. It shall be done.
I am listening.
Are my services required?
I am here, my lord. What do you command?
Command and I
Of course,
serve.
my lord. As you will. As you will.
Are my services
Seems
required?
easy enough. As you will.
Are my services required?
I am here, my lord. As you will.
Are my services required? Command and I serve. What do you require?
What do you command?
What do you require? What do you
I
require?
am listening.
Command and I serve.
What do you command? I am listening.
Are my services required?
At the ready, consider it done.
I am here, my lord.
What do you require? Of course, my lord. Of course, my lord.
At the ready.
What do you command? I am here, my lord.
Command and I serve.
At the ready.
Are my
I am
services
listening.
required?
What do you command? I am here, my lord, as you will. Of course.
Command and I serve. I will prove my worth. Command and I serve. Of course, my lord. What do you require?
I am listening. As you will. As you will. As you will.
Are my services
Yes,
required?
my lord. Consider it
Are
done.
my services required? No turning back.
I am listening. Of course. Seems easy enough.
Command and I serve.
What do you command?
Command and I serve. Command
I
and
am
I
listening.
serve.
As you will. As you will. Seems easy enough.
Command and I serve. What do you require?
What do you command?
Command and I serve.
At the ready.
I am here, my lord. Seems easy enough.
Are my services required?
At the ready. Consider it done.
What do you command? Seems easy enough.
What do you require? No turning back. Of course, my lord.
Yes, my lord. Consider it done. At the ready.
What do you require?
What do you command? Of course, my lord.
At the ready.
I am listening. As you
At
will.
the ready.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done. By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan.
I am listening. What do you command? Seems easy enough. Of course, my lord. I am here, my lord. Of course, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Are my services required?
At the ready.
Are my services required? Of course, my lord.
What do you command? Seems easy enough.
Are my services required? Of course, my lord. Are my services required? I will prove my worth.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
I am here, my lord. As you will. I am here, my lord.
Command and I serve.
Yes, my lord. As you wish. Yes, my lord.
Command and I
Yes,
serve.
my lord.
Are my services required? Are my services required?
I am here, my lord. Of course, my lord. As you will. Seems easy enough.
At the ready.
What do you require?
Yes, my lord. At the ready. Consider it done. As you wish.
Command and I serve. I will prove my worth.
I am listening. Seems easy enough.
Command and I serve. No turning back. No turning back. What do you require? I will prove
Yes,
my
my lord.
worth. What do you require? No turning back. No turning
I
back.
am here, my lord.
At the ready. Consider it done. At the ready.
What do you require?
At the ready. At the ready. Yes, my lord.
I am listening.
What do you require?
At the ready.
What do you command?
Ah.
Of course, my lord. Seems easy
What do you
enough.
require? I will prove my worth.
Yes, my lord. As you
Are my services required? No turning back. What do you require? No
I
turning
am
back.
listening. As you will.
At your command.
I am listening. I am listening. What do you command?
Yes, my lord, as you
Command
wish.
and I serve.
At your command. No problem.
I am listening. Seems easy enough.
At your command.
Yes, my lord.
At your command.
I am listening.
What shall you have of me? By the glory of the Kohan.
What do you command? As you will. Seems easy enough. Of course, my lord. Seems easy enough. Seems easy enough.
In the name of the Creator, by the glory of the Kohan.
At your
At
command.
the ready.
What do you require?
At the ready.
What shall you have of me?
Yes, my lord.
At your command.
Yes, my lord.
At your command.
What shall you have of me?
So it shall be. So it shall be. So it shall be.
At your command. No problem.
What do you command? Of course, my lord. As you will. Of course, my lord. As you will. Seems easy enough. Of course, my lord. Seems easy enough. As you will. I am listening. So it shall be. So it shall be.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done. By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan.
What do you command? As you will. Of course, my
Your
lord.
orders.
In the name of the Creator, by the glory of the Kohan, it shall be done. It shall be done.
Command and I serve.
At your command.
What do you
In the name
command?
of the Creator.
I am listening. As you
In the
will.
name of the Creator, by the glory of the Kohan. What shall you have of me?
So it shall I am listening. Seems easy
What do
enough.
you require? Command and I serve.
What shall you have of me? What shall you have of me? By the
I
glory
am
of
here,
the
my
Kohan.
lord. I am listening. I am here, my
Your
lord.
orders.
So it shall be. So it shall be. I am here, my lord. I am listening. Of course, my
Command
lord.
and I serve.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done.
Your
What
orders.
shall you have of me?
At your command.
Command and I serve.
What shall you have of me? What shall you have of me? What shall you have of me?
I am listening. As you will.
Command and I serve.
At your command.
Command and I
At your
serve.
command.
Command and I serve. No turning back.
What do you command? I am listening.
What shall you have of me?
Yes, my lord, as you wish.
Are my services
your command.
required?
What do you
Are my
command?
services
At your
What do you
command.
command?
What shall you have of me? It shall be done. By the glory of the Kohan.
Are my services
I am
required?
here, my lord.
By the glory of the Kohan.
I am here, my lord. Seems easy enough.
By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan.
I am here,
By
my
the glory
lord.
of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan. In the name of the
What do you
Creator.
command?
What shall you have of me?
I am listening.
What shall you have
Of
of me?
course, my lord. As you will.
In the name of the Creator.
Command and I serve.
I am listening.
At your command.
What do you require?
At your command. Ready to move, my lord.
What do you require?
At your command.
What shall you have of me? By the glory of the Kohan.
What do you require?
Broken down.
Are my services
At your
required?
command.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done. By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan.
What do you require?
Where's the flyer? At your command.
What What shall you have?
What do you require? No turning back.
At your command.
Command and I serve. Are my services required?
What's broken now? At your command.
In the name of the Creator.
What's broken now? If we can't do it, it can't be done. Barely worth our time. At your
Command
command.
and I serve.
In the name of the Creator.
Ready to move.
What do you require?
At your command.
At the ready. Consider it done. Consider it done.
In the name of the Creator.
Sorry, folks watching the stream. It's really hard for me to try to talk while playing.
What's
It
broken
shall
now?
be done.
Where's the fire? Barely worth our time. Looks simple enough. If we can't
Command
do it,
and
it
I
In the name of
serve.
the Creator.
now. At your
Are
command.
my services required?
At your
What
command.
shall you have of me?
At your
Command and
command.
I
What shall
serve.
you have of me? It shall be done.
Where's the fire?
Are my services
What
required?
shall you have of me? By the glory of the
Broken
Kohan.
now. At your command. No problem.
In the name of the Creator.
At your
What
command.
shall you have of me? It shall be done. It shall be done. It shall be done.
Where's the fire?
What do you require?
At your command. At your command. Ready to move, my lord.
What do you
At your
require?
command.
Command and I serve. I will prove my worth.
What shall you have of me?
What do you require? Are my services required? No turning back. What do you require? Are my services required?
Barely worth it. At your command.
What do you require? No turning back.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done. By the glory of the Kohan.
Command and I serve. No turning back.
What shall you have of me? What shall you have of me?
At your command.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done.
Are my services required?
I am here, my lord. Seems easy enough. Of course, my lord. As you will.
Ready to move, my lord. If we can't do it, it can't be done. Barely worth our time. Barely worth our time. If we can't do it, it can't be done. Looks simple enough. Barely worth our time. Looks simple enough. If we can't do it, it can't be done. If we can't do it, it can't be done. Looks simple enough. Where's the fire? What's broken now? If we can't do it, it can't be done. Looks simple enough.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done.
At your command.
In the name of the Creator.
I upgraded the wrong town. I should have done the one with the Carpenter Guild.
In the name of the Creator.
At your
I will
command.
prove my worth. Of course, my lord.
In the name of the Creator.
What's broken now? If we can't do it, it can't be done.
Yes,
It
my
shall
lord.
be done. In the name
Yes,
of the
my lord.
Creator.
At your command.
What do you require? What do you require? I will prove my worth.
At your command.
In the name of the Creator.
Of course, my lord.
At your command.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Command and I serve.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Ready to move, my lord. If we can't do it, it can't be done. Barely worth our time.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done.
At the ready. Consider it done.
At your
What do
command.
you require?
At your command.
At the ready.
In the name of the Creator.
What's broken now? Barely worth our time.
What shall you have of me? It shall be done. By the glory of the Kohan, it shall be done. By the glory
At
of
your
the
command.
Kohan.
What's broken now? Ready to move, my lord.
In the name of the Creator.
Are my services
What shall you
required?
have of me?
Where's the fire? Barely worth our time.
In the name of the Creator.
At your
What do
command.
you
In
require?
the name of the Creator.
Where's the fire?
What shall you have of me?
At the ready. Consider it
Ready
done.
to
Shall
move.
be done. Are my services
In the
required?
name of the Creator. By the glory of the Kohan. By the glory of the Kohan. In the name of the Creator.
At your command. At your command. Ready to
What do you require? No turning back.
What's broken now? Barely worth our time.
Are my services
At your
required?
command.
Yes, my lord.
At your
Command and I
command.
serve.
At your command. At your command. At your command.
What do you require?
Yes, my lord.
At your command.
What do you require?
What's broken now? Barely worth our
In the
time.
name of the Creator.
Command and I serve.
Yes, my lord.
What shall you have of me?
Yes, my lord. Consider it done.
Where's the fire? If we can't do it, it can't be done. If we can't do it, it
Are my services required?
At the ready.
At your command. At your command. What's broken now?
At the ready.
What do you require?
Where's the fire?
At the ready.
In the name of the Creator.
Where's the fire? If we can't do it, it can't be done.
Yes,
At
my
your
lord.
command.
At the ready.
Command and I serve.
At your command. At your command.
What shall you have of me? By the glory of the Kohan.
At the ready. Consider
In the
it
name
done.
of the Creator. By the glory of the
At
Kohan.
the ready. At the ready.
Where's the fire? Barely worth our time.
Yes, my lord.
At your command.
In the name of the Creator.
At the ready. Consider it done.
What shall you have of me?
At your command. No problem. At your command. At your command. No problem. No problem.
Creator. What shall you have?
At the ready. At the ready.
No problem. At your command.
Yes, my lord.
Where's the fire? Barely worth
At the ready. Consider it done. At the ready. At the ready. Yes, my lord.
At your command. At your command.
At the ready. At the ready.
At your command.
At the ready. As you wish.
At your
As you
command. At your command. No problem.
At the ready.
What's broken now?
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Consider it done. Consider it done. As you wish. Consider it done. At the ready.
At your command.
Yes, my lord. At the ready. Consider it done. Consider it done. Consider it done. Consider it done. Yes, my lord. At the ready. Consider it done.
command. At your command.
What shall you have?
At the ready.
Broken now.
Consider it done.
Ready to At move, your my lord. command. What's broken
At
now?
the ready.
At your
What shall
command.
you have of me?
Ready to move.
At
At your command.
the ready.
What's broken now? At your command.
Yes, my lord.
What's broken at your now? Command.
Yes, my
At
lord.
your command.
Dude, if you let console get to just get all their tech unhindered, you're just asking to lose the game. So I have no one to blame but myself.
Ready to move, my lord. Barely worth our time. Barely worth our time.
In the name of the Creator.
At your command. At your command. Where's the fire? If we can't do it, it can't be done. If we can't do it, it can't be done. Hail problem. Hail problem. Hail problem.
What shall you have? By the glory of the Kohan. 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 In the name of the Creator.
Get them Ebs. If I can take down a Stormlord, that would do something. Oh.
At your command. At your command.
Oh. All right. My royalist friend is doing some good stuff. But God. Stormlords just give that incredible DV bonus versus range, so that battle wasn't gonna work.
At your command.
At the ready.
At your command.
At the ready. Consider it done.
Fuck it. Oh my God! We let Mekton do the exact same thing that he did last game. Damn.
You played it really well. Holy shit. How many cities did you have, Mac, when I took the 2? 3 left. And they were villages. I was totally screwed. Yeah, I know, if but I continued just one more city, I would go bankrupt and die. But you couldn't because Zeza was dying. Yeah, so I went to help Zeza and died with him.
We died side by side, that's what matters.
Yeah, very colonial. He would have at least killed me otherwise. But it wouldn't have helped you, probably. Well, I was hoping Zeza would stall, and he was stalling, so I tried to kill you, but was too slow. I was stalling too. Yeah.
Ask for a bit more money if you really need it. Or were you at company limit and still couldn't hold on?
No, like I had like plus 50. My economy was fine, actually. But he recruited 10 companies of zombies and just watched them be butchered.
I was just sending waves and waves of zombies to stop him.
Against clerics and paladins.
That was absolutely perfect.
I mean, it kind of worked. It slowed you down a bunch.
Yeah, I had to cut through them.
They did what they were made for.
That was fun. Yeah, that was just the big mistake of you cannot let a console player just sit back and tech up unhindered. Like I didn't touch. Neither of us touched Immortalits, and then all of a sudden he just had like the Grens with Oracle Channeler and the bows with Stormlords, and it was like, well, I just absolutely nothing I can do to fight this.
Yeah, I think I diverted your attention with my elite company. Just trying to capture your cities, and you had to react to that.
Well, you almost died because of the reaction.
Well, just almost.
Just almost, yeah.
It was perfectly enough.
That was fun.
Indeed.
I have a maximum of probably one more game in me if anyone else wants to play. If not, I'm also happy to call it a day here because this is some fun times.
Probably had enough for today.
Okay,
yeah.
That's great. We'll wrap it up then. Thank you all so much. This was super fun. Definitely look forward to doing another one of these next month. Looking forward to just playing some games in the meantime. I think now that we've all like played with each other and stuff, hopefully people, I don't know, hopefully people will just be a little less shy about just going on and seeing if people are around for games. Yeah, and just hopefully we can just get a few more people in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just the dream, is just to get enough people playing where there's kind of where there's just that critical mass where people are usually around for a game. Because I feel like that's what happens is sometimes people won't be around for games and then people will get discouraged. So it really helps having like these events that we kind of plan ahead of time so we're all here. But yeah, hell yeah, this is super fun. I definitely look forward to playing more games with all of you.
Yeah, me too. It was amazing. Thanks for hosting it.
Yeah, this is my pleasure. I love doing this shit. I had so much fun casting all those games. It was definitely fun getting to play a game at the end there.
Yeah, we still have to watch what you said about us when we were playing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, go back and watch.
That's my night shift plan.
I mean, yeah, I try to be constructive with any feedback I give, not just being like, "Oh, these players suck." Oh my god. No, it was all awesome games. Hell yeah.
These 2v2s were really good for me because I know that if my early game and other weaknesses are protected in some way, in the late game, with my strategies, I can quite strongly strike back.
I definitely saw that. You were very strong in the 2v2s, Immortalits. And I feel the opposite, just because I've played so many more 1v1s. Like, I'm slower to tech up because I'm just used to like being in these close battles early on. So I feel like that game in particular, like I had, by the time you came with elites, I had like very little good tech, and I was like, oh fuck, I was just like wasting time.
Well, Immortaltis was really fortunate that he got Mech as his partner because their styles complement themselves each other.
That was my plan from the get-go.
Yeah, Zeza, we sort of did the same thing, both of us, and it didn't combine that well. Well, individually it was good, but together there was nothing extra.
Yeah.
No synergy,
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream and get off of here and enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope you all do the same. And yeah, really looking forward again to play more. This is awesome.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, thanks for hosting. See you, Zeza.
Oh yeah.
Guys.
See you guys.
See you, everyone.
Goodbye.
All right, so that is it for the cast today. That was good, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, it looks like just a little under 4 hours. That was fun as fuck, and I feel like this is the ushering in of a new era of the Kohan Citadel community here. All these players had a really good time playing the 1v1s and the 2v2s. I think they're all going to be really happy to continue playing more. I'm really happy to have them around to continue playing. Yeah, all I can say is fuck yeah to Eastern Europe, because all these players are from that region, and it's really cool to me just seeing. I'm a retired American, so I just talk to other Americans. So it's always fun to get to talk to people across the world. And yeah, Czech Republic and Hungary are now my 2 favorite countries in the world. Thank you guys. Look forward to more. Thank you all for watching. Thank you everyone who goes back and watches this after the fact. Thank you everyone who's been here the whole time, who's been here for part of the time. I don't have anything constructive to say anymore. I'm just kind of ranting, just kind of going on, letting whatever comes out of my throat do it. I should probably just hit the stop stream button, but get a little more steam to let out. So, all right, we're done. Thank you all. I love you all. Good night. Good day. Good morning. Good afternoon.